Hey everybody, and welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with an E. We're live on Freeview for about 4 minutes. Well, actually, we're live on Freeview until 3 a.m. But in about 4 minutes' time, ITV1 STV will be joining the motley crew, and we will get started in earnest. So let me just start by saying, as I fill for the next 3 minutes, that this show is all about changing your sleep for the better. In fact, I could even go so far as to say that it is changing your life for the better, because we spend about a third of our lives in bed, roughly. And yet, we often, and I'm sure you can agree with this, we neglect our sleep and we spend most of our money and efforts improving the quality of our waking day, or the day that during the day while we're awake, is what I'm trying to say. But yet we'll buy cheapo pillows and we'll buy cheapo duvets and cheapo mattresses for the bedroom, and then wonder why we wake up in the morning going, oh, I must have slept funny. You know, no, there's nothing funny about not sleeping well, is there? And sleep is so important to recuperate, to regenerate, to restore yourself, to heal, quite literally. And also just to be able to function well throughout the course of the day while you're actually doing things that one might hope are productive. And certainly productivity increases, I believe, when you've had a really good night's sleep. So this is Mulberry Silk. This show is all about Mulberry Silk, and we're going to meet the king of Mulberry Silk very, very soon. In fact, would you like to meet him now, everyone? Here he is. I like to call him Uncle Ray. It's the wonderful Ray Kennedy. Hello, Ray. How are you?
I'd like to be your Uncle Rob.
Oh, I'd like you to be my uncle. Yeah.
Good morning, Rob.
Good morning.
Good morning to all the viewers. And
Yeah.
let's hope we can have a nice, pleasant show.
I'm sure. Well, you're here, so I know we will.
Thank you.
So, in a nutshell, before we sort of crank over and then sort of start all over again with ITV and STV, we've got about 2 minutes. Tell us a little bit about Mulberry Silk, please.
Well, Mulberry Silk, in the world of silk, Mulberry Silk is considered to be, by the experts, the highest grade silk you can possibly get. Now, there are grades within grades.
Sure.
We are using AAA grade Mulberry Silk. And if you check up on a computer, say Google or Wikipedia, if you type in all about silk, and remember, they're not trying to sell you anything.
Right.
They're just answering questions.
Yes.
They'll tell you, within the silk industry, the experts consider Mulberry Silk to be the king of silks. And what we have done, we have taken the highest grade within the grade, AAA grade Mulberry Silk. Another thing we should mention right at the beginning of the show, it's very important when you buy anything, whether from a regular shop or online or from a TV company, that you get value for money.
Yeah, of course.
Now, this might interest the viewers.
You've got 30 seconds.
We are charging, are charging for our duvets this morning less than we were charging for them when we first launched them 22 years ago on television.
Amazing.
So it's value for money, 10-year guarantee, machine washable, every reason why you should buy them.
And they are just absolutely fabulous. They really, really are. Silk has some incredible properties that we're going to get into in detail very, very shortly. And as I say, I get very passionate about Mulberry Silk because for me, in my experience and everything I know about Mulberry Silk, it is the finest that money can buy. So stay right where you are, and we're going to get into it right after this. Hello there, how you doing, ladies? I don't know where that came from. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with an E. Ladies and gentlemen, It's going to be one of those nights. Ladies and gentlemen, please stop right now. Thank you very much. You are going to enjoy this show, I believe, and you are going to benefit hugely when you take just at least a half an hour or so to listen up, watch this space, and get to grips with what we are presenting to you this evening. If you've never heard of Mulberry Silk bedding, you're in for a treat. Now, wait. I know you're going, bedding, Rob, really? At 6 minutes past midnight, you're going to talk about bedding? Actually, what we're going to talk about until 3 a.m. for the next 2 hours and 54 minutes is how you can get the best night's sleep you can possibly get. And with Mulberry Silk bedding, you are giving yourself, we believe, the best shot at doing that compared to any other bedding that money can buy. Now, that sounds like a big claim, but we're going to back it up, because in a nutshell, here's the bullet list, if you like, of why you need to start thinking about buying Mulberry Silk duvets, pillows, pillowcases, and even, if you want to, a mattress. Mulberry Silk, AAA grade Mulberry Silk, is the finest silk money can buy. That is what is used in all these products. That and Egyptian cotton, that's it. Now, obviously, when we get to the mattress, it's got some other stuff too. We'll talk about that later. But in the pillows, in the duvets, basically, AAA grade Mulberry Silk and Egyptian cotton. The pillowcases are pure AAA grade Mulberry Silk, which helps to keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. It wicks away about 30% of its weight in moisture, helping to keep you dry if you sweat in the night or a little drool on the pillow, for example. Also, the duvets have a 10-year guarantee. A 10-year guarantee on a duvet. But anecdotally, people have had their Mulberry Silk duvets for more than 10 years, 20, even 30 years. You can machine wash them. Same with the pillows. You can machine wash those too. The pillows have a 2-year guarantee. Everything comes with a money-back guarantee, so you're not buying tonight, you're just trying tonight, so you can experience Mulberry Silk for yourself and then decide to keep it when you realise how big of a difference it is when it comes to your sleeping habits and sleeping better, feeling better when you wake up, etc. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the Mulberry Silk products and Mulberry Silk itself, these are covered by the coveted Allergy UK certificate of approval for effectiveness against live dust mites. This is renewed every year. It's been renewed for about 30 years, 36 years, and this is, as far as we know, the only bedding that has this certificate. Dust mites don't like to live in silk. We're going to get into all of this, and what I always ask is, because, you know, I do this show all the time. If you've now, for the first time, experienced Mulberry Silk, maybe you bought Mulberry Silk on the last show or the show before, or any previous show, and you've already discovered now what it is like, and that everything we tell you in this show is absolutely true, please spread the love. Come and shout about it. Shout it from the rooftops, baby. Send us an email, studio@shopontv.co.uk, studio@shopontv.co.uk. I would love to hear your personal testimonials and reviews and opinions and thoughts, etc. And if you've never, ever heard of this before, you've just tuned into Shop on TV for the very first time, I beseech you, it will be in your interest to watch for at least half an hour. And if you're not convinced after half an hour, then go to bed and get a worse night's sleep than you probably will if you stay up and actually get this bedding, in my opinion. So you can go to shopontv.co.uk, you can hit the live on air button or banner, scroll down, there's a little web message box there as well if you want to send us a message. We can't reply to that, so if you need a reply, email, but if you've got reviews and things and you're just saying what you're speaking your mind, then by all means just use that and it will come straight through to the studio. We've got the duvets, we've got the pillows, we have the pillowcases. Now, by the way, we sold out of some of those colours last time. In fact, we also sold out of some of the sizes of the duvet and also some of the sizes of the mattress. Everything, as I promised in the last show a few weeks ago, is now fully restocked. We have everything available in all sizes across all products. However, apart from the mattress. The mattress has not been restocked. We've only got the double and the king in the mattress. My apologies, I forgot to mention that. But in the duvets, the pillows, pillowcases, they're all good to go. So, these shows are massively busy. This is our #1 show on Shop on TV because it's basically our number one product on Shop on TV. And if you're not quick to get in, I warn you, it gets busy quickly, things sell out. We are anticipating potentially a full sellout tonight, although we are supposed to be doing a show next week with any stock that's left. So that next Thursday, I think. So get ready. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, as the representative of RK Sales, the official distributor of Mulberry Silk products from the official Mulberry Silk Manufacturing Company Limited, based in Canada. Here he is, the one, the only, the man who I would sit and listen to read the phone book to me. It's Ray Kennedy. Hello, Ray. How are you?
That sounds good, Rob. Thank you. Good morning. I'm very well, thank you, Rob.
Good.
And I'm looking forward to the show very much.
Now, 10-year guarantee on the duvet, 2-year guarantee on
Yeah.
the pillow, money-back guarantee on everything, and AAA grade, the finest quality silk money can buy.
Right.
And Egyptian cotton, and you can machine wash everything. I mean,
Right.
let's get into, I don't know where you want to start. Out of all of that,
Well,
what is it all
to
about?
start at the beginning,
Yeah.
as you know from previous shows we've done quite a few shows now over the years.
We have.
As a company, we've been in business for now 67 years.
Right.
We exhibit at every major retail exhibition in Britain, and we have done for 67 years.
Yeah.
For 37 of those years, we've sold Mulberry Silk.
Yes.
We are the official UK agents for the official Mulberry Silk Company.
Yes.
Now, you'll know from previous shows we have done that the public will tell you, when we're at a live show, we can talk to the public. We can get their opinions.
Yeah.
We hear their likes and their dislikes.
Yes.
Now, I would say when I'm doing a live show, 10% of all the people I speak to are perfectly happy with the duvet they have in the bed. They don't want another duvet. They're content with what they have.
They don't know any better.
The other 90%, every single one of them, they all have the same complaint. They get too hot in bed.
Right.
Not too cold, too hot.
hot.
They're waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, one leg dangling out the bed, backside sticking out the duvet, duvet off, duvet on, duvet off, duvet on. Now they're awake when they should be asleep.
Yeah.
And the reason why they're awake, or a big part of the reason, they're simply too hot.
Sure.
Now, silk stops that happening.
Yep.
It's a natural protein similar to your hair. It's a hydrophilic protein, right? It lets your body breathe. So with this duvet, there are only two parts, the top cover and the filling within the top cover. Now, the top cover is Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. Anything above 180 thread count is considered to be luxury.
Yeah.
So we have no problem there.
Sure.
Now, the filling within the top cover is AAA grade, long fibre Mulberry Silk.
Yeah.
Now, anybody watching, I would advise them, for their own peace of mind, to check up on a computer, go into Google or Wikipedia, check up what I'm going to say next. If you go into, say, Google or Wikipedia, they will tell you within the silk industry, Mulberry silk is considered to be the king of silks.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting word, isn't it, Rob? King.
Yes.
There can only be one king. Others would aspire to be king. But in the silk industry, it's Mulberry, AAA grade. Now, we sell this duvet with a 10-year warranty. I must tell you, the duvets we have in my bed at home are 30-odd years old, 32, 33 years old. They are machine washable. You wash them a cold wash, 30 degrees. You can tumble dry or line dry. Once or twice a year, on a warm, sunny day, if you drop them over the washing line in the garden, the UV rays of the sun will totally purify and cleanse them. They don't retain body odors. You know that lovely feeling, Rob, when you go into bed on a freshly laundered bed?
Sure.
And you lie back and you think, oh, this is wonderful. That's the feeling you get every night when you sleep under silk.
Yeah.
It'll wick away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. If you share a bed with someone who overheats and sweats, this is the duvet for you. Any lady going through the menopause, please don't even think about it. If you can afford it, please buy yourself one. As far as your sleep is concerned, it will change your life. And if it doesn't, you're not married to it. You don't have to keep it. You simply send it back, and we will refund your money instantly. No arguing, no fighting on the telephone, instant refund. Yeah. So 10-year warranty, money-back guarantee, top quality, machine washable, allergy board approved. Now, that's so important, Rob.
Of course.
Every bedding company in Britain would love to have this certificate I'm holding here.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, to the best of my knowledge, and I checked this morning, we are the only company currently selling silk duvets anywhere in the United Kingdom that has this coveted certificate. The allergy board in the United Kingdom, they're based in Warwick University, and they're very difficult people to satisfy. Now, you'll notice they issue this certificate down at the bottom here for 1 year at a time. Now, they do that for a reason. They do that because sometimes companies get a certificate like this, they place it in the wall, and 40 years later it's still in the wall.
Yes.
And is brown with age. Sure. And they've let their standards drop. Not all companies, but some companies, they let the standards drop. Yeah. It cannot happen with us.
Right.
They walk in off the street unannounced, they check. Our premises are hygienic and clean, and all the claims we're making as far as quality is concerned are true and honest. And we have this for Canada, USA, United Kingdom, Ireland, all of the EU countries, there's 27 of them, New Zealand and Australia. Now, the reason I mention that, very often, what satisfies the authorities in Canada will not satisfy the authorities in Australia. But in this case, the quality of the product is so high and the manufacturing process is so perfect, they can find no fault. Yep. So this is the only, if you have any member of your family who unfortunately has allergies, buy them, makes sense, buy them a duvet that the allergy board recommend. No dust mites. Dust mites are the enemy. The average duvet at any given time has at least 1 million dust mites in it. Now there's a clue in the name, dust. When I die, I turn to dust, and so do they. The lifespan of a dust mite is 10 weeks. Then it dies. And another million move in. So that's 5 million a year in the average duvet. And if you're sleeping in a duvet that's full of dust, if you have asthma, hay fever, COPD, I'm not a doctor, I'm making no ridiculous claims. All I'm saying is this, get rid of the dust in the duvet, you're walking in the right direction.
I always forget the statistic, but after, was it 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, something like half the weight of your duvet is dust?
The New York Times years ago did a very in-depth study of duvets. And they reckon the average duvet doubles in weight in 3 years with dead dust mites. That's what they said.
Wow. Incredible. We're just getting started here. If you've got any questions, please do drop us a message, studio@shopontv.co.uk, or go to the website shopontv.co.uk, go to the on-air page, and there's a web message box that you can message us there if you wish to as well. Just trying to find my emails. There we go. Sorry, excuse me. It just wasn't quite set up. Here we are. Bear with. So we have I think, oh my goodness me, we've got some testimonials here. Thank you very much I asked for it, and thank you for doing it. So, hi, this is from Valerie. She says, I bought the Mulberry Silk quilt and pillows from you in June. When they arrived, I opened the quilt. My first thought was, oh my God, it's so thin that it will never keep me warm. Everybody thinks that, by the way. How wrong was I? I've had the best night's sleep ever. I don't just kick the quilt off during the night as I don't get too hot anymore. It's amazing. If you haven't got one, you need to get one and you won't regret it. Thank you so much. And that's from Valerie. Then also Jean from Bristol says 10-year guarantee is outstanding. I currently have lycra bedding and it's horrible. So I think I'm going to give this Mulberry Silk a whirl. Looking well, Rob. Thank you very much indeed. Appreciate that, Jean. Then also Kay and Aaron, excuse me. We're loving the show tonight. Never known so many facts about silk bedding. We already have a set that we love and it's anti-wrinkle, but are now going to purchase another. See, people come back for more. That just says it all, doesn't it? And then a potential buyer here. Can I please get a shout out for Chris, Patrick and Finn? Hello to you. And they'll buy the duvet if I say hi. So Chris, Patrick and Finn, you know what, regardless of whether I say hello or not, do you want to sleep better? If you do, get the duvet and the pillow. And actually, I'll tell you what, even if the duvet is something that you're considering, but you're not sure yet, not a problem. Just get a pillow to start with. Because have you ever had a situation with a hollow fibre, an artificial or a synthetically stuffed pillow, and you get a hot head and then you turn the pillow over, or you sweat into your pillow and you turn the pillow, you're constantly waking up and turning the pillow over and over again. That, we believe, will never happen with a Mulberry Silk Duvet. They never lose their shape as well because they have a foam core. They are they're literally wrapped and wrapped and wrapped and wrapped and wrapped with miles of unbroken mulberry silk or mulberry silk strands, full strands, a whole cocoon that goes into these, or cocoons.
In a pillow, there's 3,000 cocoons.
3,000 cocoons.
There's one there, look.
Oh, look, yes, this is here.
That's Dick and this is Dora.
This is, excuse me, because it's, there we go. This is a silkworm cocoon. And basically these are put in water and the fibres all come off in one complete unbroken.
How we actually get we take the silkworm, we place it in a large metal tray, roughly the size of this bed.
Yeah.
We place the metal tray containing the worm into a darkened room, and we keep it there for 35, 36 days. And we feed it exclusively in mulberry leaves.
Yeah.
It will eat 10,000 times its own body weight in mulberry leaves.
Wow.
And its body weight will increase tenfold.
Yes.
Now, there's 3 different colors of mulberry leaves, red, black, and white. Mm-hmm. If you feed the worm in the red and black, you get very high quality mulberry silk. Mm-hmm. If, Rob, you feed the worm in the white mulberry leaf, then again, you take a step up. You get the highest grade silk, AAA grade.
Yes.
That's what we're using. Now, there's a problem. The tree that provides the white mulberry leaf only grows in any commercial quantity in central and eastern China.
Yep.
So we constantly run out of AAA grade mulberry silk.
And what do you do?
And when we do, we sit in our hands. We stop manufacturing.
You never lower your quality.
Every single item we sell, I advise the people who buy them to read the label. We have to put that on by law, and we will tell you exactly what we're selling you.
Yeah.
Everything is 100% AAA grade mulberry silk. With the pillow, in the middle, it tells you here on the label, in the middle, you have a little pocket of fibre. Mm-hmm. That's to give you support for your neck and your shoulders.
Yes, it's not foam. I didn't.
All the way around that, you have layer after layer after layer after layer of the finest silk in the world, these little AAA grade mulberry.
3,000 of those.
Right, 3,000 of those in a pillow. Now, the top cover, Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. No dust mites. So anybody with asthma, hay fever, COPD, well, work it out for yourself.
Yeah,
get rid of the dust mites.
It can only help, right?
Can only help, yeah.
Very, very busy now.
Wash them in the machine, Rob.
Yes, we just had a question from Daniel. Hi, Daniel. This is for the duvets, but it applies to the pillow as well. Is the duvet machine washable? Would you please do a shout out to my mum, Jill? Hi, Jill. How you doing? Yes, absolutely. The duvets are machine washable. They will fit in a standard 7.5 kilo front loading washing machine. 30-degree wash. Use your favourite detergent or whatever you like, fabric softener if you choose. You can machine wash, machine dry them on low if you want to, or you can I just put them on a clothes horse and they dry with the duvet. I mean, I've got a Super King duvet, it'll dry in about an hour. The pillows take about an hour.
Silk does dry very quickly.
Dries very quickly. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to go through the prices here, if I may. So if you were to get the single, the usual price for that is $169. We have it for $139. The usual price for the double is $239. We've got it for $179. The King is $259 normally. We have it for $199. And the Super King normally $279. Our price $219. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, they are more expensive than a cheap hollow fibre duvet you can buy from the local bedding shop, because you can get, a duvet for 30, 50, 60 quid, something like that. But they're full of hollow fibre, or they may, although you probably won't get one of those for 30 or 50 quid, they may have feather in them. Feather is a notorious allergen. I'm hugely allergic to feather. Also, when you've got hollow fibre and you've got feather, or down, which is a type of feather, that is a breeding ground for bacteria and for dust mites, because you sweat into it, and that you've got heat, temperature, because they trap heat, so that basically gets very hot inside, which is why you're always throwing it off. Then you get cold, and then you pull it back on again, and then you get too hot and you throw it off, then you get too cold and you pull it back on again, and that's constantly interrupting your sleep. But that's why, in 3 years, they reckon about half the weight of your duvet is dust mites and the dead carcasses of their former relatives and their excrement, basically. And the excrement is actually, that is the allergen. The dust mites themselves, they're harmless to us, but it's the excrement that is potentially what causes you to have an allergic reaction. So, and you can't really wash feather duvets, and you can't really wash hollow fibre duvets, and because they clump and you know what it's like, they just get nasty really quickly. So what do? You throw them away. So let's say you spent 50 quid on a duvet. If you could get a decent feather one for that, I say decent, is there a decent feather duvet? I probably don't think there is. Or even if it's 30 quid on a hollow fibre duvet. Mind you, we paid 50 when we first moved into the crew house in Warrington. We had to, before we got our Mulberry Silk, we were waiting for that to arrive, we had to get temporary duvets, and we went to a local bedding shop, and they were about 50 quid each, and they were awful. Far too hot, just to sit near them, they're too hot. And you can't machine wash them, and you throw them away. You throw your pillows away, you throw your duvets away, and you buy new ones. And also, ladies and gentlemen, even if you don't throw them away and they get really nasty and you just keep using them, the thing that is absolutely the differentiator between those and Mulberry Silk is that with a hollow fibre or a feather duvet or pillow, you are going to interrupt your sleep constantly with waking up because of the temperature. With Mulberry Silk, it's temperature regulating. It never gets too hot. So I always tell this story, Ray. You remember when I got we'd done a show on a different ITV, but different company, and it was -7
before the
degrees.
pandemic.
Correct. It was -7 degrees, and Ray gave me, loaned me a single duvet, which I later bought. And I went back.
Sure you did.
I know you did. That's right. Yeah. I didn't get past the car park. And we were actually living in the car park in these little porta cabins called bunker bins. That's because all the hotels were closed, and they were freezing inside. So I went back to this little porta cabin thing. I sat in bed, and wrapped myself in this Mulberry Silk duvet, having heard everything that you've just heard from Ray, thinking, yeah, all right, pull the other one. And I covered myself in this Mulberry Silk. It got up to just the right temperature, not too hot, just right. And I thought, I'm going to overheat. It's going to get too hot. It's going to get too hot. It's going to get too hot. And it never, ever did. I don't know how it does it. It dissipates excess heat. You're always at the right temperature, no matter whether you run hot or cold. And in -7 with no heating on, the duvet, and these things, they're thin. You think that's never going to keep me warm.
Thin.
It does. If you go skiing, if you go mountain climbing, what is in your protective clothing? Silk, usually. And so the fact is, but also, and I was reminded of this the other day, because we had a hot spell, as you recall, a heat wave, and so I didn't have my Mulberry Silk duvet on, except one night I was really hot, and I thought, do you know what? This is ridiculous. It sounds counterproductive. I'm going to put my duvet on, even though it's really, really hot. And actually, it helped cool me down. I know that is ridiculous, but it works. And then the other night, I wrapped myself in my Mulberry Silk, and it reminded me of that day in my porter cabin, because I'm not getting too hot. I wake up in the morning still wrapped completely in the Mulberry Silk all night. Haven't got too hot. It hasn't come off and come back on again. It stayed on me the whole night. What does that mean? I have unbroken sleep. I have continuous sleep, and that's what you need to recuperate, to regenerate, to restore, to heal, and just to wake up feeling refreshed. And I'll get into all the sleep stuff later. But bear in mind, in these duvets, and this, Ray, is where I want to throw it back to you, these are full-length Mulberry Silk, aren't they? Can you tell the difference?
Yeah, well, there is a big
Explain
difference.
the difference.
The silkworm, as we mentioned earlier, once we've fed it for 35, 36 days, it kicks this little cocoon off.
Yep.
We place that in tepid water.
Yep.
All the silk floats off in one piece.
Yes.
Unbroken in one piece. Now, each strand of silk within this duvet is at least 1 mile long. Wow. Unbroken. So that means they can stitch it all the way around the perimeter.
Yes, yes.
Now, it takes 2 skilled operators a day, sometimes a bit longer, a day and a half, to make one duvet.
Right.
Once they've anchored it around the perimeter, they can pull it towards themselves. And they put these box cassettes in by machine.
To hold it in.
That means 2 things. Number one, when you sleep under it, the silk cannot move. So you get a nice, even distribution of heat.
Sure.
And more important, when you wash it, it cannot clump up or bunch up.
Right.
As you mentioned earlier, you wash it as often as you want. Cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry or line dry. The largest one we make is a Super King. It weighs 2.5 kilos, so that's not very much at all.
Fits in one side.
Fits in any regular machine.
Well, it also fits in one side of a carry-on suitcase.
You never have to pay to have it dry clean.
No, no.
My local supermarket, they have a franchise operation there as you enter on the left-hand side. You can have a duvet laundered, £33.
Yeah.
Now, people who have maybe a relative who unfortunately is bedbound, people who are bedbound, obviously they sleep in bed, they have their hair washed in bed, they have their body washed, little accidents happen. You can take this duvet, you can wash it quickly, have it back in the bed. For anybody who's bedbound, it's the duvet to have, because you don't overheat under it. It wicks away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat.
Do you know that really, when I had that horrible hollow fibre duvet when we first moved in.
Sweat like a racehorse.
You wake up and you're clammy and sweat.
Sweat like a racehorse, yeah. You know, and you mentioned earlier something which is correct. People get a shock when you see this because it's so thin. Now, it's a low conductor of heat. Silk is a low conductor of heat. People say to me, how is it possible it can keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer? Well, the honest answer is nobody knows. It's Mother Nature.
Mother Nature.
But I'll tell you this. If you go to any warm country, say somewhere like India, people who could afford it in the very hot weather only wear silk.
Of course.
Because it keeps them cool.
Well, also, let's think about this logically. What is silk? Silk is from the cocoon of a silkworm. It's from this. What is this for? This is when the silkworm cocoons itself and then turns into a moth. Now, the only place these generally come from, or the silkworms live and the silk comes from, is China. And so in where they live, the conditions can go from very cold at night to ridiculously hot during the day. They can have monsoons, there can be wind blowing, pouring rain. You've got predators that are all trying to get in here and you know, get to the juicy bit inside. You just, it's so strong. It's actually the second strongest natural material known to man. So if you think about it, that moth inside, or the worm as it's turning into a moth, it doesn't have air conditioning in there. It hasn't got a little radiator or a little fan to keep it cool, you know, if it gets too hot. It has to stay at a constant temperature, a regulated temperature. That's what the silk does for the animal inside. So put a few thousand of how many thousand of these in a
pillow? There's about 3,000. In a duvet between 5,000 to 6,000.
5,000 to 6,000.
And each one has to be processed.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why, Rob, in my opinion, the reason why we have this allergy board certificate and no other company has, we go the extra mile.
Yes.
For instance, when we take the silk from this, we have to wash it before we put it into the pillow or into the duvet. Now, we wash it in spring water, which has been filtered. And we can wash it 25, 30 times before we are content that it's pure enough, soft enough to be put into this duvet. Because when I'm doing a live show, now the viewers will have to trust me on this, but it's a fact. When I'm doing a live show, people can actually touch the product. On television, they can't.
No, sure.
They obviously, but in a live show, they can touch it. And every single person, 100 people out of 100, when they touch this, you can see the shock in their face. They know instantly that the quality is superb.
Well, because it's not just quality inside. And by the way, every single duvet has a little vanity window if you want to call it, a little that you can zip it open, and you can see and feel this here. You can see the fibres inside. Now, each fibre is between 1 and 2 miles long, each full cocoon. So, in about 15 miles in it.
Yes, there
in
is.
a king size duvet?
Yes, in a king size.
In the Super King, probably even more.
Yeah.
And it's just extraordinary. But then we'll talk about the Egyptian cotton in a moment. Just want to say, do you do the quilt in a single size, please, Doreen? Yes, we do. Absolutely, we've got the single. Then also, David says, I bought the quilt. Also, 3 pillowcases. Absolutely brilliant sleep. Great. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, David
says. And also, by the way, we always get questions about duvet covers. You can use any standard size, any standard duvet cover or pillowcase, except make sure you get cotton. If you put polyester, which is a non-breathable fabric, over silk, it just stops the silk from the benefits of the silk from working or from reaching you. So what I do on all my beds, on my son's beds, both at home and also in the crew house here, and I think all of the crew have done the same. You go to Amazon or something like that. In fact, we went to Dunelm as well. You can get Egyptian cotton, pillowcases, duvet covers, fitted sheets, and they're about 30 quid, for a pretty decent set, with a 300 thread count, that kind of thing. So make sure you put only cotton or a natural fibre, I can't think of any other natural fibres other than cotton, on your mulberry silk. Otherwise, what's the point in buying mulberry silk? This is Valerie says, I bought the mulberry silk quilt and pillow. Oh, and hang on, did I read this already? Yes, sorry, I did. So what I wanted to say also is, the quality of these products is so amazing, and it will change the quality of your sleep because there are different stages of sleep. There are about 5 different stages of sleep, and you have to go through all 5. It takes about 90 minutes roughly. And if you wake up at any stage during those 5 stages of sleep to get the full recuperative effect, then you don't carry on where you left off when you go back to sleep. You have to start again. That's why you can sleep for hours and still wake up feeling tired and groggy because you haven't had good quality sleep. With mulberry silk, with your head on a mulberry silk pillow and covered by a mulberry silk duvet, you will always be at the right temperature. Even if you sleep next to somebody who runs really hot and you run really cold, or vice versa, you get the bespoke sleep because your body generates a certain amount of heat, right? So that's regulated by the silk. So in other words, logically, you're always the right temperature, no matter who you are and no matter what side of the bed you're sleeping on, even if you're sleeping next to someone else. And that's not transferring to them that heat, it's being naturally dissipated. So you could have 3 in a bed and the little one could say roll over and it wouldn't matter because you're all going to be the right temperature. Again, if you're not sure, start with a pillow because then you'll get to feel the quality and know the quality for yourselves. But please check the duvets out. They are absolutely, how many? 70 duvets are in baskets that haven't been checked out. We're going to run out of stock. If you don't check out now, Ray, can you indulge me for one moment?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I have to say this, and I say this every single show. And I hope you believe me because I am being 100% hand on heart sincere when I say this. This is the best bedding money can buy, I believe. In my experience, I literally have, let me work this out. I've got 4 pillows at home. I've got 3 duvets at home because I have the original single duvet that Ray initially lent to me and then I bought that saved me through the winter in lockdown. And my son and I use that now instead of central heating. We just cover ourselves if it's cold in the winter when we're watching a movie. Don't need to turn the heating on. It's saved me a fortune. Maybe you could do the same. Maybe you've got elderly relatives who need to stay warm in the winter, can't afford to put the heating on, get them a Mulberry Silk Duvet. The point I was going to make earlier is, the elephant in the room was that the prices are higher than a regular duvet. But when you add up how many duvets and pillows you throw away because they've, in relatively short period of time, lost their sort of cohesiveness, they've become clumpy and they're smelly and you can't wash them, and if you do take them to dry cleaners, they cost you almost as much as the duvet to actually clean the things. The hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of pounds that you spend over the course of a lifetime, when you get Mulberry Silk, this pillow, I've had my pillow now 4 or 5 years, right? I've also got 2 pillows, and my son's got 1, 3. So we've got 8 pillows and 8 pillows and 4 duvets in the Warrington house for all of the crew. And then, my friend Phil and his lovely wife Elise finally got Mulberry Silk pillows, and I've been telling them about that for a long time. They finally got them. All my friends, all my family who know what's good for them, because when I tell them they've got to have Mulberry Silk, they go, all right, we'll give it a try. And then they say, you know what, Rob, that was absolutely the best night's sleep I've ever had, ever in my life. If you've slept under goose, duck feather down, that sort of thing, or if you've got hollow fibre, synthetic fibre, man-made fibre, call it what you like, I promise you, you have never had a proper night's sleep compared to the proper night's sleep you'll get with Mulberry Silk. And that's not because I'm trying to flog you a duvet or flog you a pillow. I don't get any commission. This is me wanting the best for you, genuinely, absolutely genuinely, because I know. And it sounds condescending when I say you don't know what you don't know, but you don't until you try it. But then you go, yeah, but I've got to buy it, Rob. Yeah, but only once you've decided to keep it. Yes, you're putting your money down now, but if everything we've said is not true, you can get your money back. RK Sales information is actually on the tag of the, if I turn it around, it's actually on here. They ain't going anywhere. They've been around for 60 plus years. 67 years. This is guaranteed. And also, by the way, even with a 2-year guarantee on the pillow, or if you buy a pillow from a shop, you can't take it back. That's it, you're done. And if you don't like it, you throw it away. Why do you think they sell cheap pillows for 20 quid? Because if you don't like them, you can't take them back. It's lost money, right? Do you know how many pillows go into landfill every year?
Well, I know this. Every year, there are minimum 10 million pillows thrown away into landfill in the United Kingdom.
Good Lord.
You know why that is, Rob? I'll tell you why that is. The companies who make them, they fill these pillows with all sorts of junk. To give you an example, about 4, 5, 6 months ago, I was in a store not far from here, Manchester, one of the largest retailers of pillows in the United Kingdom. They had an absolute mountain of pillows, not 1 or 2, not a dozen, not 2 dozen, a mountain of them. And I couldn't believe my eyes. When I read the label, these pillows, they were £6 each, right? And they were filled with recycled plastic bottles.
Oh, Lord.
Just imagine that. A warm, sticky, humid July evening, 4 o'clock in the morning, you're lying in bed with your head on a pillow, cheap cotton outer, plastic bottles in the inside. These are the pillows that people buy. They go in the supermarket, you're quite right, 2 for £10, 4 for 20. I live in a small village, a conservation village, 5 or 6 miles from the centre of Glasgow. There's 1,700 people live in my village. I've lived there for 40 years. And we know one another because it's only a small village. In the local supermarket a few months ago, I was paying as I was going out. One of the ladies said to me, she said, I saw you on television last night. She said, those pillows, are they any good? I said, well, of course they are. They're wonderful. She said, well, could you bring me 2 in? And I burst out laughing. I said, well, you sell pillows in here, 2 for £10. Oh, she said, the staff know we mustn't buy those. They're just absolute junk. But the point is, Rob, they were selling them.
They were selling them, I know.
2 for £10.
Because you can't return
So
them. Yeah, you can't return them.
You can't give them away. If you take a pillow back, they refuse to take it.
Yeah.
Under the Health and Hygiene Act, they will tell you with pillows and also duvets,
Yes.
Salvation Army won't take them.
No, nobody will.
They tell you to take them to the local cat and dog home, and they'll make dog beds.
Well,
and
apparently,
baskets out of them.
producers saying even some pet homes
Yeah.
will take them. And the fact is that, look, you know, RK Sales and the Mulberry Silk Company are putting their money where their mouths are here, because if you return these, they can't do anything with them. They're incinerated.
Well, you know, when we first started selling these pillows, it's interesting you mentioned.
I was going to ask you to tell the story, actually.
Well, when we first started selling these pillows, in the first 13 months, we sold 86,000 pillows. Now, Rob, I've been selling stuff in television for an awful long time, and so have you. Now, I judge the success of any product when it's sold on television with a money-back guarantee. I judge the success of that product not on how many we sell, but how many the public send back.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, the Bedding Association reckon, and they're clever people, they know what they're talking about, they reckon if all pillows were sold with a money-back guarantee, they're not, but if they were, the percentage it would be returned could be as high as 60 or 65%. Now, when we started selling these, 13 months, we sold 86,000 pillows. We didn't get 60 or 65% returned. Listen to this, Rob. We got 19 individual pillows returned out of 86,000. Now, surely to goodness, that will give any viewer watching the confidence to buy this pillow. When you have it delivered, put it in the bed, test it. If you don't like it, we will give you your money back without one single word of an argument. 19 returned out of 86,000 speaks for itself.
That's something
machine
like
washable.
I was going to say 0.00019, I think it is, percent return rate, which is unheard of. Talking about the machine washable, so when we just had the heat wave, what can happen is you know, you can sweat.
Yeah. And dribble.
And you get the yellow marks. You stick it in the washing machine. I use like a Vanish gel that is safe for silk, and they come up absolutely good as new. I wash them once a month, all of our pillows. In a front-loading machine, you could get 2. I generally do them one at a time, just so they've got room to move around. If they get stained, it doesn't matter, because they always come back to being
and
just
incidentally,
like...
Rob, I see what I'm doing here. When you do wash them, because we're using long-fibre silk, because we're using long fibre, they cannot and they will not lose shape.
No, no.
And the top cover is Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count.
Yeah.
And something we haven't mentioned, but I apologize, I should have mentioned this. On both the duvet and the pillow, the cotton we're using is long fibre cotton. Now, some people will know about long fibre cotton, other people might not. So for the people who don't know, let me give you 15 or 20 seconds to explain it. When you pick cotton by hand, sorry, let's start at the beginning. When you pick cotton with a machine, using a machine or a mechanical device, cotton becomes stressed and it breaks, and you get short fibre cotton. If you pick it by hand, it's a much more gentle process, and you get long fibre cotton. Now, long fibre cotton is softer, more luxurious, and ironically, although it's softer, it's also stronger. It's longer lasting, and it feels just absolutely wonderful. So when you get this pillow, allergy board approved, no dust mites. Just think about that, no dust mites. So if you have allergies, my third-born son, Martin, suffers terribly with hay fever, really bad. And in fact, once at the Royal Cornwall Show at Wadebridge, when he was a young man, we had to take him to hospital. In the hot weather, he got an attack. It was terrible. So people with asthma and things like that, you'll find a pillow that's allergy board approved is a big help.
I've got to say, Ray, 20% of a very large stock has already gone. Look, ladies and gentlemen, many of you have these in your shopping baskets online. We need you to check out. We need you to actually pay, because if you don't, we can't send them out to you, and you will not be able to reap the benefits of Mulberry Silk. I give you my personal word, my personal guarantee, if that means anything to anybody, that you are buying the best bedding, I believe, that money can buy, that will give you the best possible sleep that you can get from any bedding, I believe, and in my experience. The only thing, I mean, look, the only things that are out of our control here are the temperature in the room. If you have the heating cranked up high, but then even still, the Mulberry Silk can help. But if it's very noisy outside, then you need to try and eliminate as much exterior noise as possible. You need it nice and quiet to sleep, and obviously nice and dark. So I wear, because I'm a night worker, I wear a sleep mask when the sun comes up too early, and we have a thing called a circadian rhythm, which means that we're supposed to be awake when it's sun shining, and then we're supposed to be asleep when it's dark. So those are those external sort of environmental factors you control the best you can. But when it comes to what you sleep on, your mattress, what you sleep under, your duvet, and what you put your head on, your pillow, that's where we can maximize the quality of your sleep. This ain't a load of old rubbish. I promise you what we're saying is absolutely true. And I don't even need to promise, because we can guarantee it. Because if you get this home and go, well, that was a load of rubbish, he was talking a load of old clodswallop, you're going to send it back, get all your money back. The only thing it will cost you is the P&P, because we have to pay the postman. That's the only bit that we can't refund. And so they'd be out of business if all of the products came back.
Sums it up beautifully.
I mean? Precisely, right? By the way, a few questions before we move on to the pillowcase, Ray. Always get these questions. Let me just go through the ones that I know we're going to get. Standard size pillowcase, any pillowcase you like. We're going to show you a silk pillowcase next. Do I need a pillow protector? No, you don't. But if you do, maybe you're in an HMO or something like, for example, if other people are going to sleep on the pillow, please don't put anything polyester on Mulberry Silk, ever. It will block the properties of the silk. You need cotton, and cotton only, Egyptian cotton preferably. I got Egyptian cotton, long fibre, pillowcases, duvet cover, fitted sheet for about 30, 40 quid online. If you do want to put a pillow protector on this, or a mattress protector on the mattress, you can, but make sure it is 100% cotton only, so no plastic filling. There are two companies on Amazon. I bought from one of them, but then we had a thief who was stealing our mail in my building at home, so I lost them. But you can buy 100% pure cotton mattress protectors and pillowcase protectors. You don't need a duvet cover for the duvet, because it's beautiful on its own if white is your theme. But if you want to put a duvet cover on, standard duvet cover, standard pillowcases, standard fitted sheets for the mattress, but they have to be cotton, they have to be natural fibre, or else you're wasting your money with the Mulberry Silk. It's like, it's like basically having a non-stick pan and then putting a steel plate on the bottom of it. The non-stick ain't going to work, right? It can't reach the food. So it's the same principle here. Now, busy on the phones, a third of the stock of the pillow gone. Got to check out. Please use sorry, Ray, please, I've got all this information coming in. Please use the website if you can, because we do have queues on the telephones. Valerie says, I bought the Mulberry Silk quilt and pillows. Oh, no, I've read that one already. Where's the new one, Leslie? Oh, here we go. Right, so Valerie, this is part 2 from Valerie. I forgot to say, I got fed up with buying pillows. They always went flat after a few weeks. They do, and you throw them away and then you buy them again, right? Good money after bad. The Mulberry Silk pillows are fantastic. It's the first pillow I've ever bought that doesn't go flat. Mine are still as full as the day they arrived. Also, my hair has improved greatly. No more breakages. That's because of the silk pillowcase you must have. Yeah, my pillows are almost 5 years old, and they are still as good today, still as plump, still as everything as the day that I got them and that I bought them, because I can wash them once a month, which you can't do with other pillows that I'm aware of. So let's I'm rushing here because the stock's flying out the door. So sorry about this.
Fortunately, Rob.
Yeah, I know. You got to check out Ray. Okay, Take a breath, Rob. Deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths. Tell us about the pillowcase, please.
Well, a silk pillowcase, if you have any member of your family who takes a pride in their appearance, who wants the skin to look good, who wants their hair to look really wonderful,
Yeah.
invest in a pure silk pillowcase. Now, I stress the word pure. Right, everything you buy from us, we are the official Mulberry company, Mulberry Silk Manufacturing Company. Our head office is in Vancouver. We export all over the world. We have no inferior fibres mixed throughout our products. It's pure AAA grade Mulberry silk.
Full length Mulberry silk.
Full length. It tells you that on the label on everything we sell. Because very often people come up to me when I'm doing a live presentation. They say, I've read about these pillowcases. They stop your wrinkling, don't they? Now, they get an awful shock, Rob, when I say, I'm sorry, nothing stops your wrinkling. But what you can do, Rob, you can slow the process down dramatically.
Sure.
Now, silk does that in no uncertain fashion. In silk, there are 18 amino acids. One of them, a very important one, is called sericin. Now, you spell that S-E-R-I-C-I-N. Check this on a computer. What sericin does, as you sleep, it traps the moisture in your skin. It saves your skin from drying out. Now, if you sleep in a cotton pillowcase, and ladies and gentlemen, this is not ridiculous sales talk, it's a simple fact. Cotton will take the moisture from your skin and dry your skin out. And incidentally, something else I should mention, an awful lot of people, when they go to bed at night, they put on expensive creams that they paid 30 and 40 pounds for. And then they put their head in a cotton pillowcase. And those expensive creams are drained from their skin by the cotton. Silk stops that happening. So it will help your skin in no uncertain fashion. And ask your hairdresser what it does for your hair. If he or she is knowledgeable, they will tell you there is no static in silk, none. So it cuts out frizz, and it saves breakage and split ends. All of that in a pure silk pillowcase.
We always have to say, Ray and I are not doctors.
No.
We haven't tested the specific
Correct.
pillowcases.
Check it out on a computer.
But yeah, if you look up the property, the proven properties of silk, these pillowcases
are proven as well.
Yeah, they are,
Yeah.
and these pillowcases are 100% pure Mulberry silk.
Nothing else.
So you make the connection yourself. You know, 4 colours. By the way, all colours are available. So we've got the green, which is that wonderful sage colour. We've got the desert, which is the
desert sand
colour. We've got the Arctic. No, not the Arctic. That's a lorry. We've got the Arctic. Sorry, which is the white. Obviously, which one did I miss? The sage, the blue. What's the blue one? Yes, we've got the lovely blue one.
Ice blue.
Sorry, blue is Arctic.
Yeah.
Oh, desert is gold. Sage
Desert
is green,
sand,
and the
white.
Oh, white's white.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hello. How long have I been doing these shows, Ray?
You'll be all right. Keep taking the medicine, Rob.
It's been. Do you know, I haven't been home for over 2 weeks.
Just keep taking.
I'm going a bit peculiar.
You'll be all right eventually.
Eventually. Ladies and gentlemen, again, please do check it. Now, I wanted to say, maybe you're waiting to hear about all the products. Maybe you're waiting to hear about the mattress as well. And I get that. So we're okay at the moment. I will tell you as things get desperate with stock, which they probably will. But also, I want to draw your attention to this. With PayPal Pay in 3, you can spend anything from £30 to £3,000. I think it's 3, Leslie, isn't it? I keep doubting myself every time I say that. So in other words, you can put loads of duvets in, loads of pillows, however many you need, and a mattress or whatever, and then check out in one go, and it will automatically calculate your interest-free payments, and they are interest-free over 3 months, including your postage and packing. So you can, it's basically the postage and packing £4.95 is also capped. So if then the mattress is £9.99. Postage and packing, obviously, but everything else I think is £4.95. So that means that you only one £4.95 P&P, which is capped, and you can put as many duvets and pillows in as you like. You don't pay £4.95 per item; it's per order. So until you check out, and then start a new order, you won't have to pay any more P&P. So with the mattress being £9.95, sorry, that's got an extra £5 on it because it's a mattress. So even if you put 85 pillows, 92 duvets and a mattress, you'd still only pay £9.95 because the first £4.95 is always capped. I can only urge you to check out. By the way, Ray, do you know what? In all the years we've been doing this, that's just occurred to me. Why do people put duvets on them at night? Have you ever thought about this? What is a duvet essentially?
You got me there, Rob.
It's a cocoon. It's a human cocoon.
Oh, yeah. Well, the silk is a cocoon fibre.
Exactly.
And you're quite right what you're saying. That's interesting you mention that because very often when people buy these big, heavy, puffy duvets, they walk in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
They move.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're waking up. It's happened. I'm quite sure it's happened to the viewers listening. You're waking up in the middle of the night, half of the duvet on the floor, one leg dangling out the bed, backside sticking out the duvet. Now you're awake when you should be asleep. Now, silk does exactly the opposite. It is a cocoon. Rob's right. It is a cocoon fibre.
Happens every now and then.
It is a cocoon fibre. It gently folds itself around you and it sits. It doesn't move.
And it keeps you right temperature.
And it self-regulates.
Yeah.
It keeps you at the perfect temperature. Now, people might find that, think, is this guy exaggerating?
I know. What have we been...
There's one way of finding out. Buy it and try it. But what I would tell you is this. Wherever I go to sell these duvets or these products, when I arrive in any television studio in different countries throughout that I go to, right? Within 6 months, every single person within the building ends up buying at least one of the products.
Yeah.
And the reason why they end up buying them, one buys them in the beginning, they're so impressed, they tell the other employees, and everybody buys them.
Yeah.
Within 1 week of arriving here, the man who owns this company phoned me up. He bought 2 mattresses, 2 duvets, and 4 pillows because he had been told by other shopping channels this was the one to buy.
Do you know also...
I'll rest my case.
He asked me, he called me and said, were they really that, is it really, you know, is the hype actually true? And I said, yes.
Yeah.
It absolutely, and it's not even hype, it's fact.
But it's true,
fact.
Rob. Wherever I go, it happens all the time. And, you know, people say to me, my grandchildren say to me, you know, you're getting on a bit now, Granddad. Why are you still running around the country doing this? And I do it because it's a very pleasant job. Rob, when I'm going to live exhibitions, I'm meeting the public, and I go to the same exhibitions every year on exactly the same location within the exhibition, so people know where I am.
Yeah.
And I constantly get people to come up and say, you know, I've got one of your duvets. I've had it 30 years, 25 years.
Well, it's funny you should say that.
And they give you the thumbs up and they say, you know, it's really wonderful. And then they all say something else.
What's that?
They say, I wish I had bought it years ago.
Years ago.
So if there's any viewers watching who are tempted tonight, buy it and try it. Don't wait, because the quicker you get it, the quicker you're going to enjoy it. Money back guarantee, remember that.
So Angie and her mum Enid write the following: loving the show. I love watching you two. I've seen you both many times on this show and still stood up to watch the show again, as I always learn something. We bought a pillow for my mum. She's 94. She has no pillowcases on it, but we're thinking about buying a silk one from yourselves. They are really nice, the pillowcases. And it's 100% silk, both sides. It's got a special layer of cotton inside just to stop the pillow from slipping out. It's purely there for grip. The pillow's really comfy and Mum loves it. We do have 2 of your duvets that we've had for around 20 years. Yeah. They are brilliant. You said ma'am, so I'm assuming maybe you're from Scotland. Kind regards, Angie and Enid. Now, may I just say, here's the economy. Here's the facts about the money. If you use regular hollow fibre or any kind of feather duvet or pillow, you will have it for a limited period of time because it will soak up sweat and drool and dust mites and bacteria and goodness knows what else. You can't wash it, so eventually you'll throw it away, and then you'll have to buy it all over again. So you'll waste money after money, or you'll get things dry cleaned and be paying 20, 30, 40 pounds maybe each time you get, depending on the size of your duvet, dry cleaned. And what's the point in dry cleaning something that is, the dry cleaning ain't going to get rid of the dust mites, it ain't going to solve that issue. It might get rid of some of the bacteria and what have you, but essentially your duvet and pillow, if it is hollow fibre or if it is a feather product, is a breeding ground for bacteria, and it is absolutely, it's the Caribbean, it's like Honolulu, well that's Hawaii, but it is the dream, it is nirvana for dust mites. They love it. Silk is the Sahara Desert for dust mites. One or two may wander in, but they get out pretty quick. It's too dry. They're tourists. It's too dry for them to live there. Now I want to ask you something. No, I don't want to ask you something. I want to say something. We have hundreds of you with these in your baskets. That means there are two reasons, I think, for that. Number one, you're waiting to see what else we've got on the show before you check out. Number two, you're sceptical and don't believe a word we say. Or number three, and actually, I don't think there is a number three. And I think that's good if you are sceptical, because your expectations will be exceeded. But look, every single person in my friends and family sort of circle has mulberry silk. If I love somebody, I tell them, I don't ask them, I tell them, you have to get mulberry silk. And listen, I've been in the shopping TV game for about 30 years. I've been there, seen it, done it, got the t-shirt. I've tried every pillow money can buy. This is why I don't present other pillows, because they won't let me, because this is the only one. Everyone knows I'm the mulberry silk guy, right? I went viral for that a while back, if you remember. I don't swear at my duvet, I swear by it. But but the point I'm trying to make here is, if you're not buying this, it's either you don't believe it, or you can't afford it. I get that. If you can't afford it, and I know payday's still, what, a week away, something like that. But look, if you can put it on a credit card, why we've got it in stock, and I'm not saying this to try and just get you to buy it. I don't care if you buy it or not. Well, no, that's not true. I care because as a human, I care, genuinely. This may sound like schmaltzy rubbish, but I genuinely care about you. And also, I'll go the other way. If I want to be totally selfish and egotistical, it's going to make me look good, because you're going to get this at home and go, you know what, that Rob, he was telling the truth, you know. You're going to be happy. You're going to come back. You're going to buy more from me because now you trust me, because you know I tell you the truth. I only tell you the truth. You don't have to believe me just because I always tell you the truth. You can believe me just because that's the way you're feeling right now. But when you get this at home, it's going to make me look good. My boss is going to love it. My boss always asks for me to do this show because he knows I'm so passionate about it. He knows that lots of you buy mulberry silk. Yes, we're a company. Yes, we want to make money. Of course, absolutely. But we do that by giving you great products at great prices and excellent customer service. I don't think you can ask much better than that, can you? So, you know.
Talking about price, Rob, there will be viewers, I would imagine, sitting at home thinking to themselves, well, hold on a minute. Rob's telling me this is the best bedding I can buy. Raymond's saying the same.
Yeah.
Why is the price so low? Because the price for this quality is very, very low. Well, here's the reason why. Normally, when you have a product like this, or any product, when you have it ready to be sold to the public, if you're a manufacturer, what you do, you take it to a distributor. He gives it to a wholesaler. The wholesaler gives it to the shopkeeper. Each one of those people, 3 different people, quite rightly, they're doing nothing wrong. They add on a margin of profit for themselves. They're just trying to make an honest living. Now, we only have one customer in every country. We don't supply wholesalers, distributors, or shopkeepers. You can only buy these products from myself at a live exhibition or from Shop and TV. And ironically, Shop and TV can offer them to you at a price that's less than I would charge at a live show. The reason being, the buyers here are very professional, very tenacious. They buy large quantities at an advantageous price. And then what they do, this is wonderful, you know. Not a lot of people would do this. They pass the saving on to the viewer. And as I mentioned right at the beginning of the show, and I'll mention it again, we are offering these duvets with a 10-year guarantee at a price this morning which is less than we were charging for them when we first launched them in television in the United Kingdom 23 years ago. Just think about that.
Yeah.
The price hasn't gone up a penny.
And also, if you, let's say you were a multi-billionaire, let's say Bill Gates or Elon Musk or who's another one?
Bill's got one.
Bill's got one, has he? Has he really? Well, there you go. That's okay. Well, that's just made my point for me. So apparently, and you can. That's for you. You can guarantee that. So amazing.
Let that slip. I shouldn't have said, but anyway, he has.
Okay. Well, the point I was going to make is that if you've got more money than God, and you went and said, right, I want the very finest silk money can buy, at spare no expense, literally no amount of money is too much. The best you can buy, literally on the planet, there is no better that we know of. It's AAA grade mulberry silk. That's what's in that. That's what's in that. It is the finest money can buy. And then Egyptian cotton on the outside as well, 230 thread count, long fibre, top quality. They are top, that's it. And in the duvet, that's all there is. So, by the way, the single, well, let's give you some stock updates. We have less than half the stock remaining on the single. A third of the double gone, a third of the king gone, and we're okay on the super king.
A lot of duvets.
Now, it is a lot, but also bear in mind, so this is a this is a double bed. We have a king size on here. You'll notice you get the hotel drape. I've got a double bed in the crew house, and I've got a king duvet. You've got the hotel drape. So if you want to go, and especially if you sleep with a partner and they're constantly pulling the duvet off you, go up a size if you can. Obviously, if it's Super King, there's nothing you can do about that. But the Super King is the largest they go. There's plenty of overhang anyway, but if you want the extra, go for it. Remember, our price is $139. Let's put it like this: $139 for the single. That is about, I would say, roughly, for a decent, if there is such a thing, hollow fibre or feather duvet in a single. That's probably, what would you say, 3 to 4. In a lifetime, 3 to 4 is nothing. You know, you buy this single duvet now and you're middle-aged, it may outlast you. You buy this for your kids now, they will be middle-aged before they even starts to get to the point where maybe possibly it could become a little bit threadbare on the
duvets we have in my bed at home, 33 years old.
33, yeah.
My wife washes them on average 3 times a year. Yeah. Cold wash, 30 degrees. Tumble dry, line dry.
Yeah.
Once a year, twice a year on a warm sunny day. Drop them over the washing line in the garden, the UV rays of the sun totally purify and cleanse them.
Yeah.
And one thing I should also mention, Rob, you mentioned it earlier, and I'll bring it up again because it's quite important. An awful lot of people don't bother with the top cover, you know.
No.
Because the quality of the cotton on the duvet is so high, so luxurious.
Yeah.
They just put it on as it is. And
in America, they'd call it a comforter.
It does, and it looks really good.
You don't really even need one on the pillow. I mean, you might want to cut the tag off, but keep the tag. It's got all of the content.
No. You know why we put that on? Yeah. You'll find most bedding products, the people who manufacture them don't have their address on them.
Right.
Because so many of them end up in landfill. They throw them out. We put our address and website and everything on here because 25% of all the people who buy a duvet today will buy something else from us within 6 months.
Yeah.
And they know where to get us when this is on.
Well, how many times have somebody done the right thing, the smart thing, taken a leap of faith, bought a pillow, maybe a pillow and a duvet, and then they come back a little while later and they get them for the kids. Because look, how many times do we share, I remember when David was a wee babby, or a toddler, certainly. And it's like, well, he's a kid, they're resilient. We got him a cheap bed with a cheap mattress, a cheap pillow and a cheap duvet. And then, you wonder why the kids go, I can't sleep, I'm too hot. Shut up, go to sleep. It's like the kids, especially if they're at school and they're studying and they need to be focused, sleep is essential. You can't live without sleep. I think the record was 11 or 12 days with no sleep, and that didn't end well. You have to have it within 2 or 3 days. You're delirious. I once didn't sleep for 3 days when I worked on a job because the guy I was working for just wouldn't let me go home. You know, I had to get all this stuff done, and it was at a trade show, and I was installing a video wall. And you know those banks of monitors with the big, you know, the picture goes across all of them back in the day. And I was hallucinating. I had a conversation with a stack of monitors thinking it was a person. I mean, you need sleep. I don't need to tell you what it's like when you've had a bad night's sleep. You know, but if you operate machinery, if you drive, if you do any kind of work that requires focus, or if you just don't want to have a row with the kids, a row with the missus, or with the hubby, or the partner, and you just want to have a better quality day, sleep is essential. It does so much when you sleep. And most people, I can't put a percentage on it, but I would say the large majority of people in this country are not, and this nation, indeed in the world, are not getting a proper night's sleep. And you might say, Rob, I sleep just
quality of the bedding is as simple as that.
You haven't got Mulberry Silk.
Rob,
You're not. I guarantee it.
The average... I checked these figures before I came down here today. A person born in Britain today, a man can expect to live 78 years.
Right.
A lady, 81 years. So that means you're going to spend 26 years of your life in bed, trying to go to sleep, right? 26 years.
Does the lady get the extra 3 years because the guy's popped his clogs?
I don't know. But what I do know is...
Finally, some peace and quiet.
Rob,
right?
26 years. Now, if you were wearing a pair of shoes that hurt your feet for 26 years, you wouldn't wear them. You get a new pair that didn't hurt your feet.
Yeah.
And if you're sleeping under a duvet that keeps you awake when you should be asleep, that you sweat under, that's full of dust mites, that you cannot wash properly, doesn't it make sense to try something different?
Isn't it weird?
Especially with a money-back guarantee.
Exactly right, because we neglect ourselves at night.
Yeah.
We do. We do, essentially, most people, and I'm sorry, but there are a lot of you watching now who are guilty of this too. I was. You are essentially at night wearing the equivalent of a painful pair of shoes.
Especially, now I'm getting on in years, and especially older people. I find my generation in particular, as people get older, they deny themselves that little extra bit of comfort. They say, I'll just make do. Well, that's nonsense. If you worked hard all your life, have a bit of comfort as you're getting towards the end of your life. Buy yourself a decent duvet, a decent pillow, and have a good night's sleep. Believe you me, you're waking up feeling better in the morning.
Do you know what, Ray? When we moved into the crew house, for the room that I stay in, it's like a little sort of studio apartment. So I bought coffee, tea, sugar or sweetener canisters. I bought some towel pans. What else did I get? Some kitchen utensils, you know, a jug and some mugs and some glasses and just little sort of creature comforts and stuff like that. I'd spent about 500 quid within a week just buying little basics.
Yeah.
You know, I spent, and I always talk about this because I'm a total cinephile, and I live for film and television. You know, and as an actor as well, of course it's my livelihood, and so you know I'm very vested in that. So I don't just watch on a silly, rubbishy little telly. You know, I spent £3,500 on a 65-inch TV and you know, sort of super premium cinema surround sound system. 3,500 quid just for watching, you know, a few
Coronation
films.
Street.
Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah. And it's like, and yet I remember when it comes to the bed, until I discovered Mulberry Silk, well, you know the story. I bought 2 mattresses. They were on sale. They were half price. £500 for the Super King, £400 for the king size that my son has, and then about £400 or £500 each for these Ottoman bed frames. But the mattresses, we went to the shop. They measured what, you know. They put us on a special mattress, and it like the Starship Enterprise, and it spat out the results. you need a firm mattress. Really? A 26-stone man needs a firm mattress? There's a surprise. And they said, just so happens we've got one of the, actually I think I was only 23 stone at the time, just so happens we've got one of those in the store.
The very last one.
Exactly, this the last one ever. It's our own brand and it's on sale. Oh, great. I had what was it, a 48-hour or a 72-hour, I can't remember exactly, money back. No, it was 48, it was 2 days to return it if I didn't like it. And it cost me 70-something pounds to be delivered. In fact, I'm just buying new bed frames from the same company, 70 plus pounds to have them delivered. Yeah. And then another 80 pounds to have the old ones taken away. I mean, it's crazy. And after the first night, I woke up, my back felt like I'd been put on the rack and beaten with baseball bats. I was like, oh, maybe it's, and again, what did I say? Oh, I slept funny. Or maybe I'm just getting used to the mattress.
And you make do.
You make do.
That's the point I was making earlier.
7 years, Ray. 7 years I've hated every single night.
That's the point I was making earlier. Really, you spend an awful lot of time in bed. We are offering you top quality bedding. We're offering you champagne for the price of beer. And what we're saying to you is this. We're asking you to trust us and try it in the comfort of your own home. And if you don't like it, I keep repeating this, we will simply send you all your money back, less the cost of postage. There'll be no arguing, no fighting on the telephone, no long discussions. We know how few we get sent back.
Yes.
With the pillows, in the first 13 months, 19, not 19%, 19 sent back out of 86,000.
Ray, we have a massive queue on the phones. I'm really sorry, folks. If you can use the website, please do. Otherwise, look, just hang it. We'll get to you, honestly, as quickly as we possibly can. But we are inundated at the moment. This always happens. It's our number one show. It's our number one product. What I'd like to say, we're going to go to the pillow, then the pillowcase, and then we're going to talk about if you've been waiting for the mattress. We're getting to the mattress shortly. 3 of you have already got those, because I've got mattresses. Just about to get because we've thrown out the old ones. I've got Super King mattress. It was going to be London, but now I'm moving up north, so it's still sitting in the box. But in the Warrington house, the crew house, I have a double, cocoon mattress. They are phenomenal, and they're full of mulberry silk. So again, it's the zero dust mite, or the no dust mite. You can't say zero, but maybe 1 or 2 come in for a quick look around and then they skedaddle. But no dust mites in your mattress, which is another good thing. And they're so comfortable to lie on. So we'll get to the mattress in a moment. If you're not buying a mattress, if you have a pillow, a pillowcase, or a duvet in your shopping basket, and you are watching now and have not checked out, can I say please do it now? Because why wait? He who hesitates is lost. Now, I don't know if we're going to sell out of everything tonight. We're not even halfway through the show. It is really busy, really busy. The single could very well sell out. We're actually already heading towards limited on the single. Ray, would you give me 2 minutes? Just want to say this, and I apologise. I don't mean to be rude.
It's okay.
So let's go one at a time, Leslie, if I may. Leslie's our producer, because I have thoughts that I want to share. So, what's your average monthly heating bill? Would you agree that in the winter your heating bill goes up by maybe twice as much? So you could pay, is that right? About double you can pay for your heating in the winter? The reason I'm saying this, I can't guarantee this. It depends what you're paying, and it depends whether you decide to do this. But I know for a fact I pay £50 set fee for my heating, because we don't have gas. We don't have gas central heating. In our apartment building we have electricity, so I have 2 electricity bills essentially, and I pay £50 a month set fee. And if I put the heating on in the winter, it doubles, sometimes triples if it's really cold. Since I've had my single Mulberry Silk Duvet, we hardly ever put the heating on. There are some nights when we do, or some, but my son and I. But generally, if we're just watching telly, we'll literally sit next to each other. We've got a 3-seater reclining sofa, single duvet across us both. Now, that's probably saved me in the course of a winter. That one little duvet has probably saved me. What's winter? About 3 months, 4 months, something like that.
Well,
6 months.
A bit longer.
Let's say 4 months, and let's say I'm saving £50 a month. Every winter, that duvet has saved me £200. and I've had it 5 years. 5 years. So that's £1,000, and to buy a single duvet costs, what is it, 129? Coming up now. 139. So, I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. So, look, again, if you've got elderly relatives, and we know every winter we hear about this, don't we, about they can't afford to put the heating on, get them even if it's a single. So that's number one. If you've got kids, they have to have Mulberry Silk too, because it's not like you're getting them a duvet that, 139 quid in a year or 2 years, you're going to throw it away. If they're, let's say, 16 now, they could be approaching 50 before they might even think about having to change their duvet. Now, if you put a duvet cover, particularly if you put Egyptian cotton, remember, standard size duvet covers, only natural fibre, cotton or Egyptian cotton is preferable. Then you're protecting the duvet more, because really the silk will never wear out. Maybe the Egyptian cotton will if you don't put a duvet cover on the duvet. If you put a pillowcase, and actually I put pillow protectors, cotton only, 100% cotton pillow protectors on my pillow, and then Egyptian cotton on the outside. So I've had my pillows for 5 years, and they're still as good as the day that I bought them. So your money's going a hugely long way, but you're helping yourself and your kids and your loved ones do the one thing that everybody for a third of their lives can't live without, and absolutely can't function without, and only functions optimally when they get a good night's sleep. And I'm sorry, I can't put a percentage on it because I don't know, but I would say the majority of the nation have poor, what they call toxic sleep, where you keep waking up because you take your bedding off because you're too hot. Then you get too cold, you put it back on again. So on off, all night. Every time it wakes you up, it breaks your sleep rhythm, your sleep pattern, which is about 90 minutes per cycle, 5 different levels of sleep you have to go through to get a proper, full, recuperative, restorative, healing night's sleep. And if you're not getting, in actual fact, when you fall asleep, you should wake up and your bedding should be pretty much where you left it. You're not supposed to toss and turn at night. That's probably your mattress doing that, or your pillow, because you can't get comfy on your pillow. Questions also with the pillows, can you use 2? Yeah, I use 2 now, particularly if I'm sitting up in bed. So you can put one on top of the other. It's quite lofty if you do that, but I tend to stagger them. But certainly if you want to sit up in bed, if you're pregnant, if you're bedbound, if you have any kind of ailment that means you have to sit up in bed or against the sofa, these are phenomenal. And 40 quid for a pillow that's got a 2-year guarantee minimum, half the stock left, that's all. I mean, that's a massive stock. You've got to check out on these. We're only halfway through the show. The pillow could sell out. I don't know if we're going to have any stock left for Thursday. Did we reserve some? Did we put some of the stock aside for Thursday? Well, no, apparently we did put some aside for Thursday. We might have to use it tonight. So I don't know. This is the thing. We are not, let me put this positively. We are, I promise you, telling you the truth here. And because you can send it back within your 30 days, and actually, if 10 years, if
can I mention something to you?
Yes, of course you can. Over to you now.
We get so very few sent back. We are a family-owned company, and we've been in business for 67 years. And if you phoned us up, say, 12 years' time, and said there's something wrong with this duvet, I think, in fact, I know that my son Martin would say, no problem, here's another one. Yeah. Because we get so few sent back. And, people buy them and they simply love them. Yeah. I'll give you an example. When I drove down here today, there was quite a few motorhomes and caravans I passed.
Yeah, I bet.
Now, because it's summertime, just warm weather. Now, we exhibit at every major caravan show in Britain. We have done for 67 years. Every single year, we're at the same show and exactly the same location, right? Yeah. Now, most of these shows in the summer months are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. People arrive in the motorhome or the caravan on a Friday afternoon. They put their awning out to get all the stuff out, tables, chairs, all the bits and pieces. Then they start to walk around the trade stands to see what they would like to buy or perhaps not to buy for the motorhome or the caravan.
Buy or not to buy, that is the question.
And sometimes, let's say on a Friday afternoon, husband and wife or two people will come up to me and they'll say, you know, I'm not sure if I want a duvet. This is what I say. I say, well, take it, pay for it, go back to your motorhome and sleep under it tonight, or your caravan.
Or your pillow, or yeah.
And if you don't like it, bring it back in the morning. Same with the pillow, duvet or pillow, bring it back in the morning. Tuck it under your arm, walk back. It'll take 20 or 30 seconds, and I'll give you your money back. Now, the next morning, 20 to 30% of all the people who buy one on a Friday sleep under it that night. They do come back to buy a second duvet. Now, ask yourself this question, or a pillow.
Yeah.
Ask yourself this question. A couple who have slept under duck, goose feather, polyester for 25, 30 years, they sleep under this for one night, and all of a sudden, the duvet they've slept under for 30 years, it goes into the guest bedroom or into the loft as a spare.
Well, that's all it takes is one night.
One night.
Notice the difference.
And the difference
so
is
different.
absolutely
Profound.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's not heavy. It doesn't weigh down on you. It gently sits around you and cocoons you. You don't sweat under it. It wicks away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat.
We've got the details of the pillow on the screen. I just want to ask Leslie a quick question. Leslie, could you do me a favour? Would you, because my maths is terrible, would you tot up the price for 6 pillows? So 6 pillows, a king-size duvet, a super king duvet. Sorry, 2 king-size duvets and a super... Sorry. I'm giving you... That's what I'm trying to say. I'm giving another list. So 6 pillows, 2 king-size duvets, 1 super king-size duvet, 1 super king-size mattress, 1 king-size mattress, and a double mattress. So make it 2 king-size mattresses, but even though the super king's more expensive, because that's what I've spent. I would not have spent whatever the price is.
The man who owns this company, within 2 days of us arriving, spent £1,700 in this bedding.
Yeah.
Now, this man, same as yourself, he had access to all sorts of bedding.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one they bought because they were recommended by other TV presenters. They said, look, Mulberry Silk's arrived on your doorstep on Shop and TV. Do yourself a favour, buy the best.
Yeah.
And this is purely and simply, I don't want to sound boastful or big-headed, but ladies and gentlemen, it is the best. End of story.
What I'd like to do, Ray, is let's talk about the pillow, and let's talk. Well, maybe we should wait till we get back to the duvet. But I want to, and actually, we need to talk about the mattress as well.
Okay.
Even if you start with the pillow, it's kind of a gateway bedding. You know, you'll get to find out what it's like to sleep without your head overheating at night, or without getting sweaty or clammy. Look, this is the time to do it because look, the weather's turned, doesn't it? The last 2 nights, I was cold in my room, and I wrapped myself in my Mulberry Silk duvet and laid against my 2 Mulberry Silk pillows, one stacked atop the other, and had a beautiful, toasty, warm love, but not too warm. It's Goldilocks. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. But also remember, despite the size of these, they are a summer duvet. They're an all-season duvet. No matter what time of year it is, you're always going to be temperature regulated. You're going to be the right temperature no matter what the temperature is outside, in the room, etc. Right? Now, obviously, if it's really hot in your room, £1,825 is what I've spent on Mulberry Silk.
Yeah,
the last 5 years.
But Rob, you must remember...
And money well spent.
But Rob, it is money well spent. I'll tell you why. The most expensive bedding you can buy is cheap bedding. Now, the bedding association reckon the average lady with a husband, 2 children, in her lifetime will buy 40 to 50 pillows.
Whoa.
That's a fact.
Good Lord.
Right?
Even if you said a tenner each.
Yeah. Now, remember, as we mentioned earlier,
4,000 to 5,000.
some of the viewers might not have heard it. They might just have tuned in. Every year in Britain, 10 million pillows are thrown out and end up in landfill. 10 million. 5 million mattresses, incidentally. That's a fact.
Yeah.
5 million.
5 million. How
Yeah.
many duvets do you reckon a person buys in and throws in a lifetime?
A duvet. Well, you can buy, you know, in my look, believe it, this is hard to believe, Rob.
Yeah.
In my local supermarket, I noticed last week, they're selling duvets $7.99 each.
Oh, Lord.
Now think about that.
I bet they're really great.
Now just think about it. They're made in China.
Yeah.
They have to be transported from China, from the other side of the world, over here. They go through a wholesaler, a distributor, wholesaler, retailer. The VAT has to be paid on them.
Uh-huh.
What can be inside them?
I dread to think.
Just think about it.
Yeah. But even if you know, even at £8,
That's a joke.
and
It's a costly joke
Well, it's a
for the customer.
because you know what it is. They're like clickbait, those duvets, I think, because you buy them, you go, cool. I did it when I bought my beds. A pack of 4 pillows for £20. I thought, whoa, that's a good deal. I'll have those. Minute I opened them, couldn't take them back, and they were awful. I threw them away.
You were saying you spent £1,800 because you must look upon it, and I say this to the viewers as well. I often mention this when I'm on television. You must consider this as an investment.
Sure.
It's not money spent foolishly.
Well, if
You're
said
buying quality.
40 to 50 pillows in a lifetime, the average person,
Say 40.
Say 40, even if it's a tenner, what is it, a tenner each?
Yeah.
And that's only 400 quid.
Yeah.
But, you know, take that off and then duvets and then mattresses every,
But apart from all this, Rob, what it boils down
No, wait,
to-
40. Sorry, no, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I can't do maths.
Well,
I'm terrible at maths.
you're all right for lifting heavy boxes, though, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can
definitely.
do
I'm
that.
good at that, yeah. I'm more with the words. You know, I'm more a poet than a
Rob,
mathematician.
the important thing to remember is this. Apart from the cost, it's the comfort.
The comfort,
The
yeah.
absolute difference between cheap and quality is comfort.
I couldn't do this job. I mean,
Comfort.
you know, I wake up at comfort.
So do I.
uh,
When I leave here tonight, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to drive 3 hours back home.
Yeah.
I get in bed maybe 7 o'clock, and I want to go into a bed that's comfortable, so I sleep under silk.
Now, I was going to make a request. Everyone that's watching, can you do me a favour? Friends, Romans, countrymen and women, if you are someone who's already bought Mulberry Silk and you've seen these shows before, you've heard what I say, you've heard what Ray says, you know one of two things. We're either telling the truth or we're telling lies. If we're liars, call me a liar now, I guarantee. If you're genuine, I guarantee I'll read it out. But if what we're saying is absolutely true, please, would you do us a favour to help others have faith? Because as George Michael said, you've got to have faith. Please, just drop me a couple of words to say, I'm so-and-so, I bought your products. Everything you say is absolutely true. And in fact, actually, Alan from Salford has already done that. Evening, gents. I have already got one of the Mulberry pillows. I love it so much. I've just purchased another. Everything we're saying about, that you're saying about the Mulberry products is true. They're great. Buy them. You will be amazed. And that's so you see, once you've tried one, you come back for another one. And then you realise everyone should have one.
And something we should just mention again to refresh the viewers' memory.
Yes.
These products are allergy board approved.
Sure.
And that, Rob, is so important. Anybody with allergies, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical practitioner. I must be very careful what I say here. I'm making no ridiculous claims. But all I'm saying is this. If you buy these products, they're dust mite free. That's not me saying it. That's not Rob saying it. That's a United Kingdom Allergy Board saying it, and there's a certificate to prove it.
Yeah.
It's the only silk bedding currently being sold anywhere in Europe that has that coveted certificate. And we have that certificate for 36 countries, not only for the United Kingdom. And I must tell you something else, ladies and gentlemen. When you see the Allergy Board certificate on any product, not only on my product, on any product, you can buy it in the knowledge that has been tested to the highest standards. It's something special when it has that certificate.
Yeah.
That's why no other company selling bedding in the United Kingdom have it, and we do. The top quality of the product, top cover Egyptian cotton, long fibre cotton, 230 thread count, the filling within the top cover, long fibre, AAA grade Mulberry silk, dust mite free, machine washable, 10-year guarantee, money back if you're not pleased.
Ray, what was I going to say? Could you talk about, we're going to go from the pillow, we'll go to the pillowcases, a couple of minutes on the pillowcases.
Right.
And then we'll talk about the mattress for about 5 minutes, because I know, and then it really is make your mind up time. If you're not buying a mattress, please check out, the duvets are flying out the door. The single's almost gone. We've got 130 of you who haven't checked out yet. You really need to start thinking about checking out now. By the way, if you want confidence, we are an official partnership with ITV and STV. So we broadcast on ITV's Ofcom licence. Your money's safe, trust me. We are governed by the highest standards. Our liaison at ITV is on the board of directors of Ofcom and the Advertising Standards Authority. You can trust us because we are essentially the official shopping show on ITV and STV. So your money's safe. What we're saying to you has to be true, or we would lose that contract. We would be.
The other point I mentioned, Rob.
Yeah.
It's quite simple. I'm giving my age away here now.
Yeah.
I've been in business for 67 years, since I was a young boy. I'm not going anywhere, I can assure you. When I say it's got a money-back guarantee, I guarantee it. Shop and TV guarantee it. Anything you buy, money back if you're not pleased. Right, let's talk about pillowcases.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Now, one thing I should mention about pillowcases, you must be very careful when you buy a silk pillowcase. This has happened quite a lot recently. I've had people come up to me, one lady come up to me recently, she said, yeah, do you sell silk pillowcases? I said, yes, we do. She said, could I examine one, please? And I handed it to her, and she put it between her hands like this, and she said, oh, these are wonderful. She said, I bought some off the internet. She said, they were £47 each. She said, and two things, when I got them delivered, I thought they were being delivered from a British company. It looked like a British website, but they were actually coming from Asia. She said, and they only had silk in one side, right? And she said, secondly, when I read the label, she said they were what's known as a silk mix. What they do, they get cotton, polyester, they polish it so it looks like silk. And to the untrained eye, you can't tell the difference. They do this so they can get a higher profit. They take a small quantity of silk, a large quantity of man-made fibre, they marry the two together, pass them off as silk. When you buy our pillowcases, you're buying from the official Mulberry Silk Manufacturing Company. Silk in both sides, AAA grade Mulberry. The advantage of a silk pillowcase, good for your skin, really good for your hair, no split ends, no frizz.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Ray. The white has sold out, but there is more, because we've got the show next Thursday, there is more stock coming in. But we can't add it to the show now because it hasn't arrived in the country. It would be unfair for us to offer you something that isn't physically here, and then if it gets delayed or something, it's just not good customer service. So hopefully the white will be back. Sorry, one's bounced back. So last person to get the white if you want the white. The single duvet is all but sold out as well. The next few people to check out on the single. So the stock updates on the duvet. What's the stock of the double? We'll update that in a moment. So again, you've got three colours now available here. You've got the sage. So the Arctic is the wonderful blue colour. The sage is the green, and then the desert is that lovely sand colour. And my friend Phil, if he's watching, and Elise got the sage. We'll do the duvets. Okay, are we doing the stock updates on the duvets now? All right, we'll do it very quickly, and then we will show the mattress. I'm so sorry. I know you've been waiting for the mattress. So on the duvet, we're getting down to a bit of a desperate situation. So look, unless you want to wait a week, are there more duvets and pillows coming?
We're very hopeful.
So on the 27th
we'll have some for next week.
Yeah, when they land on the 27th. So we were hoping we could add that stock to this show to save
It's
you.
getting them clearing customs, Rob.
Yeah, they have to clear customs before.
And it's a holiday weekend, so that's going to slow them up a day or two.
Yeah, and we can't offer them for sale if they.
No, we wouldn't do that.
No, exactly.
It's got to be in our warehouse
Absolutely.
before we offer them for sale.
Yes. So where we're at, we are limited stock. Single figures on the single, is it? Yeah. Yes. So single figures on the.
We've had massive sales tonight, you know that.
Always, it's the number one selling product, isn't it? It's the best. It's the best. I mean, look, there is no better bedding in my opinion, in my experience. Double. Yes. Go ahead, Leslie. We're down to the last, almost the last third of the stock on the double. When it comes to the king size, we've got less than half the stock remaining of the king, and and about a quarter of the stock of the super king has gone. But again, if you've got a king size bed, why don't you upgrade to the super king? Then you get the extra drape, and if you sleep with somebody else in the bed, there's no more pulling and pushing. So Ava says, hello team, nice to see you guys back again with the Mulberry Silk Duvet pillows and covers. I'm so pleased with the product. It's good to hear the details about the duvet. Brilliant, thank you. The single is £139 on the duvet. But remember, when you think about the number of duvets, rubbish duvets that will not give you a good night's sleep over your lifetime that you've bought and thrown away, or will buy and will throw away, replace 130, again, here are the prices, £139 for the single. And that could last you 30, 40 years. For 130, even if, look, they've got a 10-year guarantee, right? Guaranteed. Now, that's minimum. You know, if you have a problem after that, Ray said, RK Sales will take care of you. So, even if it's 10 years, it's costing you £13.90 a year for a duvet. For a premium, AAA grade, finest quality silk money can buy with top quality Egyptian cotton and a guaranteed better night's sleep or your money back. The double's only costing you £17.90 a year. £19.90 for a year on the king, and £21.90 a year for the Super King if you look at it like that. If you break that down, can you work that out, Leslie? What was the price per day for based on the 10-year guarantee? So £13.90 divided by 365. You get the idea. You see where I'm going. If you could work that out on all of those, that'd be great. I'm going to bring a calculator next time. So a good night's sleep is basically costing you on a daily basis the following. Are you ready? I know. Sorry, I'm being very pushy. You can't honestly. All right. So £13.90 divided by 365. Divided by 365. Bear with. Please hold the line, caller. We'll be there in a moment. I thought I was bad at maths. 13.9 divided by 365 is... Can you go get me a calculator? Oh, it's on the iPad. 4 pence a day, roughly. 4 pence. I have got... You know what? I have got a calculator on here.
We can manage that.
I don't know where it is, but it's going to take me forever to find the calculator now. All right, so what is 17.9 divided by 365? 5 pence a day. I'm going to say probably 6 pence a day for a king and 7 pence a day for a super king, roughly. I mean, crikey, to sleep better than you have, I am certain, ever slept before. Now, do me a favour, I'm hoping we're going to get some emails from people verifying what we're saying. But you must, ladies and gentlemen, you must check out now. We are running out of stock. If you want the single, if you haven't checked out now, you've missed it. If you want the double and you don't check out in the next probably 5 to 10 minutes, you've missed it. Now, unless you're prepared to wait another week. But why wait? And remember, everything, the duvet is 10-year guarantee. They wick away 30%, up to 30% of the moisture if you sweat into them. It keeps you nice and dry at night, pillows and duvets. They have the Allergy UK certificate for effectiveness against live dust mite. So if you've got allergy sufferers, also, if in 3 years half the weight of your duvet is dust mites, it's the carcasses of its dead relatives and its droppings, why would you want to sleep under that anyway? Look, I know it's harmless. The dust mites are harmless. The poo is the allergy, what the allergy sort of irritant. But why, when you can have a duvet where you know you've got peace of mind, you've got no... Dust mites, I'm not saying it's to creep you out, but dust mites are arachnids, they're spiders, teeny weeny microscopic spiders. Well, you know, why would you buy a duvet that you can't wash? Why would you buy a pillow that you can't wash? Why would you buy a duvet you can't sleep, or a pillow you can't sleep under, and know that you love it before you keep it? Because you can't do it. You buy a duvet or a pillow from the department store, you can't send it back once you've used it.
They won't take it back.
They won't take it
Under
back.
the Health and Hygiene Act, they simply say no. That's why, and this is a fact, Rob, 5 million mattresses end up in landfill every year.
Every year, yeah.
The Bedding Association advise you to change your mattress every 4 years.
Yes.
For the simple reason it becomes unhygienic to sleep on with dead dust mites and will pass through their body before they die. You're quite right.
Yeah.
Now, these are allergy board approved. These are just the best mattresses.
Sorry, it's not sold out. That's just our graphics playing silly Watsits. So we're going to... Can I read an email just before we go on? Just very quickly. So this is from Evie, who says, I'm a foster carer. I've been using Mulberry Silk Duvets on all my wee ones' beds for years. Only the best for my wee ones, mainly because they are quick and easy to wash. It becomes a thing in my house. Now that... it's become a thing that they're now called the magic blankets, because the wee ones think it's magic that they keep them warm in the winter and cool in the summer. The duvets are amazing. Thanks for making my wee ones' lives just that wee bit
Oh, that's
easier.
nice.
I love that. I know it's so important for young minds.
Yeah.
Right, the duvet. No, what's it called again? The mattress. That's right. So I've now got 3 of these. Well, no, 2 and 1 on order.
Yeah. Well, we've been in the mattress business now for 6 years, maybe 7 actually, 6.5, 7.
Yeah.
And what happened was this: a buyer from a very large TV company that you and I both know.
I remember
worked
her.
on for years. She came along, very nice lady. She said, you know, the public love your duvets. Why don't you make a mattress to the same high standards? Well, we went back to our head office in Vancouver. We have a research and development department there, and we went to work making a mattress. Now, we were in a very privileged position, Rob, because we exhibit in different countries, all over Europe and all over Canada, America, everywhere, Australia, South Africa, and we talk direct to the public, and we can ask them questions and get answers. And we found there were basically 2 types of mattresses, memory foam and sprung mattresses, mattresses with springs. Now, some people like memory foam, but we discovered an awful lot of people, in fact, the majority of people, did not. The main reason, 2 reasons actually, being that number 1, they lost shape very quickly.
Oh, the memory foam. Oh, I don't.
And secondly, they got too hot on them, made them sweat. In fact, that happened to me. You mentioned earlier when you went to buy a couple of mattresses for you and your son, you went to the mattress shop, you lay in the bed. That happened to me. My wife said, we need a mattress. It was about 10 years ago. We went to the mattress shop. I didn't want to go, but she took me anyway, stretched me out on the bed, right? I was quite embarrassed lying there. Anyway, there I am.
I know.
I lay there for 2 or 3 minutes. I thought, not too bad. Stood up. The guy said, fine. This is the funny bit, Rob. He said, you know, if you do buy one of these mattresses, you're in very good company. He said, I've just sold one to Prince Charles. He's now King Charles.
King Charles,
So I thought, well, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. So 900 odd pounds for the mattress, 60, 70 pounds to have it delivered. Best part of £1,000. Got it home, went to sleep on it. 3 or 4 months, lost shape. I ended up sleeping in a recess or a hollow like this.
Sleepy hollow.
And of course, overheating.
Yeah.
So we decided as a company we'd go with springs.
I'm so glad.
Now, the old-fashioned sprung mattresses, the springs were very large in diameter, and they had a serpentine rail around the edge that bound them all together, and they were all interlocked. And the problem was They were very uncomfortable, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
When you turned over, because they were all interlocked and held together, if you were sharing a bed with a partner, one person turned over, the other person didn't want to, but they rolled into them. You got transfer of motion. So we decided to go with modern springs, which are pocket springs.
Yes.
And what I've done, I brought around a little cut-down version of what's inside this mattress. Now, if I remember correctly, in a double mattress, there's 880 of these springs.
Wow.
In the old-fashioned mattress, there'd be less than 100. Now, they're all individual. They stand individually. They're all got an overcoat on them. They're wrapped. And when you lie in this mattress, it's a medium firm support mattress. You're not going to sink into it.
No.
You're not going to be
Just right,
sleeping
I
in a
find.
recess.
It's not as hard
It's
as a
going to
firm.
support your body,
Yeah.
and is medium firm. And when you lie on it, the only springs that move are the springs where the weight is directly above that spring.
Yeah.
If I push this one down in the corner, flat, look, the springs either side simply don't move.
Yeah.
So it gives you support. Now, you'll find, this is the mattress here, the finished product,
Yes.
right? So I'll put these springs down now, and this is what we have on offer.
Yeah.
Now, you'll notice this has got the pillow top on the
Fire
top.
resistant as well. I just
Right.
noticed. Yeah.
There are 5 different layers of comfort in this mattress, and there are 3 different types of mattresses which we sell. The regular, the premium, and the premium plus, which is this one.
Pillow top.
And what we're offering today is the premium plus at a price that you would normally pay for the regular
The basic box
basic
standard.
entry support mattress.
Let's give you the. Can I do the
Yes,
prices?
go for it.
So, yeah. So in other words, just to recap, we've only got 2 sizes, but the double. Here we go. The double and the king are available. So 749 is the regular price for the premium plus pillow top mattress, right? That's our regular price. Sorry, that is the regular price. Our price, $419. That's what you would pay if you went to RK's website, RK Sales UK, and bought an entry-level basic mattress. You'd pay about $419. I think actually we might even be slightly lower than the price on that. If you went to get a king, it would be $799 normally for the pillow top. If you went again to RK Sales UK and went to buy a king basic entry-level one with no pillow top, $469. So in other words, you're getting the premium top of the range for the price of the basic entry level. And that pillow top, can I just say, you can see from the size of it, everything we've said tonight or this morning about the Mulberry Silk pillows, there's more silk in that pillow top than a Mulberry Silk duvet, isn't there?
And you must remember something we haven't mentioned. Any viewer who's buying this mattress this morning, we are offering it with a 60-day trial period. You can buy it, have it delivered. It will come in a large box. Take it out the box. It's rolled up like a carpet.
Yep.
Take it out the box, put it in the bed, sleep on it for 60 days. Throw the packaging away. You don't have to keep that. Put it in the dustbin. Right? Sleep on it for 60 days. Now, after 60 days, if you feel it's not the mattress for you, you simply lift the telephone, phone us up, 1 telephone call, and we will refund every single penny you pay for it. So you get a 60-day trial period. You get luxury at an incredibly low price. There's only one other company I know in the United Kingdom that make mattresses filled with silk. In my opinion, they're not as good as this, in my opinion. I'm not being bad when I say that. I'm just giving you an honest opinion. And for a king size, they charge over £2,000.
Yeah.
So you can see the value here. We don't supply distributors. We don't supply wholesalers. We don't supply shops. We only supply shop and TV. They buy large quantities. They work in small margins. They give you a 60-day money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose by trying it. One final thing I'll mention, Rob. This is only my personal circumstances. When I was a very young man, I had a slip disc cut out my back when I was 23, 24 years old. I'm now a lot older than that. So for the last 59 years, I've had a very tender, weak back. And since I've started sleeping on this mattress, I'm not saying this will happen to you, but I'm saying it could possibly happen to you. Since I've started sleeping in this mattress, my backache has improved tremendously.
Same with mine.
So buy it and try it. And if you don't like it after 60 days, just send it back.
Do you know what, Ray? So when we first moved into the crew house, and the landlord done a great job with the rest of the house, but must have bought the cheapest mattresses money can buy.
Very often.
I would sit on it and my bum would touch the bed frame. And I slept on this for the first 3 weeks until my Mulberry Silk mattress arrived. And I had a bad back. I had a terrible, my hip was agony. And it's taken me, as soon as I got the Mulberry Silk Duvet, it took about 2 or 3 weeks for my hip to finally, and back to
And another thing, Rob, we haven't mentioned, silk is a low conductor of heat. So if you share a bed with a partner who overheats or sweats, this is, without shadow of doubt, the mattress for you.
Yeah.
Any lady going through the menopause, think about it. This has got a 10-year guarantee, but we estimate this mattress will last you the best part of your adult life. So if you are going through the menopause, this is the mattress for you. The reason it will last so long is the quality of the product. Egyptian cotton, long fibre, AAA grade Mulberry silk. Remember, silk is the second strongest natural fibre in the world. If you had a pound of silk in weight in this hand and a pound of steel in weight in this hand, the tensile strength of the silk is stronger than steel. So that's how long this is going to last. And it's pocket sprung and it's luxury to sleep on. If you share a bed with a partner who overheats, grab one. So
just to break it down to you, I like to use logic because, we often buy with emotion, but I want to use logic as well. It's got a 10-year guarantee, but the reason that this can last you potentially for the rest of your adult life, or the best part of it anyway, let's break it down, shall we? Number one, what is anathema to a regular mattress? The springs, they rust and degrade over time, don't they? Because you're sweating into the bed constantly. And with this, because silk wicks away 30% or up to 30% of its weight in moisture, it's wicking away that moisture, helping to keep the springs from basically getting wet.
That's true, I forgot to mention.
But also, you've not just got loads of silk in the pillow top, you've also got a whole layer of silk inside the mattress. So you've got double protection.
The pillow top is just extra silk.
Extra
give
silk,
you extra comfort.
Yeah, it's like having 2 Mulberry Silk duvets underneath.
And remember,
you.
Rob, this is not ordinary everyday silk.
It's AAA grade.
Please, any viewer who's tempted to buy any of our products, for your own peace of mind, simply go into Google or Wikipedia, type in all about silk, and this is what they'll tell you, word for word. They'll say, within the silk industry, the professionals consider Mulberry silk to be the king of silks. Yeah. It's the best. And also, you're getting it at a price that's affordable.
What I was going to say, Ray, is that what's another reason why people are supposed to throw away their mattress roughly every sort of 7 years? Because much like you do, if you duvet, after 3 years, up to half the weight is dead dust mites, and dust mite poo. The same is true of your mattress as well. So again, it's a breeding ground for bacteria and dust mites, and a lot of the weight of your mattress over a period of time also becomes those things. So that's another reason. But again, that issue is gone with this mattress. So, and just everything about it is guaranteed. 10 years on a mattress. When they say you're supposed to throw your mattress away every sort of 7 years, 10 years. Now let me ask you this.
Right.
with my mattresses, within very short period of time, the springs, I ended up with a bum shape because I often sit up in bed. I do also on my cocoon mattress. I've noticed you don't get that divot.
No.
You know, the springs recover. But if they degraded the springs in any way within 10 years, what would you do as a company?
Well, first of all, we've only made them for 6 years, the mattresses.
Yeah.
So what we know after 6 years, like everything we make, this sounds very perhaps boastful or big-headed.
Yeah.
Like everything we make, it's top quality.
Yeah.
So after 6 years, all we know is the public love them.
Yes.
Right? I'll repeat what I said earlier. We've been in business for 67 years. Right? For the last 7 years, I've been virtually retired. My son runs the business now. And he will be in business, I'm sure, I can assure you, for many, many years. And if you phone us up with a complaint of any description, I can assure you, you'll go away a happy customer.
Yeah.
We will make sure. We get very little returned. I mean, what we get returned, you could put in the back, you could put in a shopping trolley.
Yeah. But that's the thing with 10-year guarantee. If anything goes wrong with your mattress in a decade, or your duvet in a decade, how old are you now? How would you be in 10 years? In that whole period of time, if you've got any issues, you've got whole generations of Kennedys standing by to take over the empire. So your business, your products, your purchases are safe. There are all the features. Again, temperature regulating, wicks away moisture, anti-dust mites because they just don't like to live in silk. It's literally like us living in the Sahara Desert. It is not conducive to life. So you've kind of covered it all. An allergy or a mattress that is friendly to people with allergies. It is friendly to people.
You don't overheat.
You don't overheat. No, you don't, because that's the other thing. Your mattress, what's the point of having mulberry silk on top of you if you're overheating on the bottom of you?
You don't overheat.
Now you're sleeping on the ideal surface to sleep on. You've got the ideal covering on top of you, and you've got your head on the ideal pillow. When you have the complete mulberry silk family, that's what I've got. That's what my son has got. That's what my friends and family have got. Haven't convinced them all to buy mattresses yet, because a lot of people, and maybe this is you, maybe you bought a mattress recently, and maybe you're not liking it. I know I was in that situation because I started working with Ray shortly after I just spent £1,000 on my mattresses. What we can do is say to you this: why don't you get one and get your current mattress, put it in the spare room or up against the wall or something like that. Sleep on the mulberry or the cocoon, it's the mulberry silk mattress essentially, for a few nights. And see if you love it. If you absolutely love it,
60 days.
Up to 2 months. Then you could maybe give away the other mattress to a relative, or sometimes
somebody you don't like.
Someone you don't like. Sometimes you just have to cut your losses, don't you? I know. I mean, So Mrs. T. Lucas, hello there, Mrs. T. Lucas, says, thank you, Rob. Being a widow and money is tight, I bought a duvet, being sceptical. It is great. I love it, and now I've got a pillow too.
Thank you.
It is life-changing, isn't it? It's transformative. Honestly, if you've never slept under this sort of bedding or on this sort of bedding, you're in for such a treat, because you won't have experienced what it's like to have a truly proper, deep, recuperative night's sleep.
The nice thing is, Rob, that it's not heavy.
No,
it doesn't press down on you. It just gently folds itself around you. And as I mentioned earlier, unlike these big, heavy, puffy duvets, they tend to move and walk away in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
This gently folds itself around you, and then it sits still.
I know.
It cocoons you.
Yes, yeah.
So you get no cold spots in the bed. You get a lovely, even, comfortable night's sleep. It really is special.
I just want to read this next email. Actually, Sarah Jane Chadwick. Hello, Sarah Jane. One of my favourite names, actually, because I'm a big Doctor Who fan. Sarah Jane was fabulous. She says, what's the difference? I was literally going to ask Ray the same question. What is the difference between the Mulberry Silk products from Shop on TV to other Mulberry Silk products available online and in store? I look forward to hearing from you. I'm genuinely interested in your products. I'm a woman of a certain age with multiple health conditions. Kind regards.
Right.
Well, first of all, they're much better, but that's all I'm going to say. Ray, over to you.
Yeah. Rob, what was the lady's name?
Oh, sorry, it was Sarah Jane. I've just got to remind everyone the single's about to sell out. And now the double is limited. So the single and the double duvets, I'll look at the right camera, shall I? The single and the double duvets are about to sell out. So I'll look at that camera if you prefer, or I can do this one over here. But no, please check out now. If it's now 2:08 on your, if you go to bed before you've checked out, all I'm saying is on your own recognizance. Is that right? Is that a thing? Recognizance?
I don't know, Rob.
I don't know. That would not be the wisest.
I'll tell you who will know.
I want to get it now.
My wife will know because she knows everything.
Ah, okay. Well, I shall be sure to ask her. By the way, Alan says, "Hi, Rob and Ray. You've taught me into buying a double duvet, pillow and pillowcase. I have problems sleeping, so looking forward to receiving these these items and hopefully get a good night's sleep."
Can I reply to Sarah Jane?
Yes, of course. Yeah, 3/4 of the pillow gone.
Sarah Jane, the difference between the Mulberry Silk we have and the Mulberry Silk you could perhaps buy from other companies selling products with a Mulberry Silk label on them. We are the official Mulberry Silk company. Our head office is in Vancouver. We export to 35, 36 countries throughout the world. The difference, to be honest with you, is the quality of the silk. The quality we are using is AAA grade. And if you go into Google or Wikipedia and type in all about silk, they'll tell you they consider that to be the king of silks.
Yeah.
Now, very often what other companies do, I mentioned this earlier, what they do, they get cotton polyester, they polish it so it looks like silk. And to the untrained eye, you can't tell the difference. I'll give you a really good example, Sarah Jane. 2 Christmases ago, my son went to a very large shopping centre in Glasgow, the city which we live in. In that shopping centre, there's a very famous shop. They trade all over Britain. They're a company with a high reputation for making quality products. So I'm not knocking them in any way.
No, no.
But Martin went in to buy his mother a house coat, a dressing gown for Christmas. He noticed they were selling silk duvets. So he did what I always tell people to do. He read the label. It said Mulberry Silk. When he read the label, there was 12% Mulberry Silk and 88% man-made fibres.
Wow.
Now here's the rub, Sarah Jane. This company were charging for a king. I think we charge £199.
Yes,
pounds.
we do.
They were charging £512, but it had a Mulberry label on it. But there was only 12% silk in it.
That's the stupid thing about sometimes, I think, with our
They
rules.
can get away with that.
They can say it's a Mulberry Silk Duvet because it has got Mulberry Silk in it, but this is 100%, and it's not little offcuts.
It's long fibre.
It's complete.
You're quite right. I should have mentioned that to Sarah Jane.
Yeah.
It's long fibre.
Yeah.
Each strand of silk within this duvet is over 1 mile long. These little cocoons that I have in my hand here, in a duvet, there's between 5,000 and 6,000 of them. In a pillow, there's 3,000. Think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just wonderful. The work
miles
involved.
and miles, and again, all handmade,
all handmade,
stitched, and again, wonderful long fibre Egyptian cotton on the outside. The other thing also, Ray, I was going to say, so I did, and you can do this yourselves if you want. If you want to do a Google, Mulberry, AAA grade Mulberry Silk Duvets. The AAA grade doesn't always come up very often, but you'll get Mulberry Silk Duvets that come up. And I know there are a couple of companies that do sell them, but I've looked into them, and if you did, I think you would agree. They're out of China. Now, I know that these are made in China because that's where the silk comes from, but there's a difference between that and something out of China, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They are not 100%
Rob, can I tell you,
Mulberry Silk.
The Chinese are the masters with silk.
Yeah.
They discovered silk 5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Legend has it, the Yellow Emperor's wife, Mi Ling, was in the garden having an afternoon tea with her friends, and one of these little cocoons dropped from a head out of a tree into her teacup.
Oh.
And obviously, as soon as it hit the water, it started to unravel. And obviously, she was a very clever lady. She saw the potential in it, and she started up the silk industry 5,000 years ago.
Wow.
90% of all the silk in the world, 85% of all the silk in the world comes from China,
Yeah.
10% from India, quite a lot actually, 2% from Afghanistan, 2% from Vietnam.
Yeah.
But some of that stuff from Vietnam, they buy from China and pass it through Vietnam.
Now I understand why you say that Mother Nature has held the secret for 5,000
Yeah.
years. I didn't know if you thought that. I didn't understand. Now
No,
I understand.
That's how it was discovered.
How it was discovered.
Yeah.
But also, can I show you? So on this little cocoon,
Quite
I'm
strong.
pushing that as hard as I can't. It's really, really strong. And again, these all unravel completely in one complete unbroken line. They're all stitched across the top. They're then basically
So you get no
concertina.
cold spots.
That's what you know.
When you wash it, it can't clump up.
Yeah.
Remember, you wash it as often as you want. And if you have any member of your family who is unfortunately bedbound, please buy them one of these duvets.
Yeah.
People who are bedbound, they tend to overheat in bed. They sweat. They have their hair washed in bed, their body washed in bed. Little accidents happen.
Yeah.
You never have to pay to have this dry cleaned. You simply take it off the bed, pop it in the washing machine, cold wash 30 degrees, wash it quickly, dry it quickly, have it back in the bed within a couple of hours. And because it wicks away moisture, now you'll find people who are bedbound do get bed sores. If ever you've seen bed sores, they're horrific, really horrific, because they just overheat and they sweat. Silk, the fact that it wicks away the moisture,
Yes.
helps. I won't say it stops you getting bed sores, but it helps tremendously.
By the way, we are getting some questions about the mattress, about whether it is suitable for an electric bed, as in a,
No, it's
no,
not.
because it's got springs in it. Unfortunately, not. So no, we can't help you there. Again, very quickly, questions on the duvet. Standard size duvet covers. If you want to use a duvet cover, you don't have to. It looks great on its own. If white is your colour or your tone, but if you are going to put a duvet cover on it, if you're going to put a pillowcase on your pillow that isn't a silk pillowcase, and if you get the Mulberry Silk mattress and you're going to put a fitted sheet on it, or indeed a mattress protector, same with pillow protectors, please make sure that they are 100% natural fibre. So we're talking cotton or Egyptian cotton. It's so affordable. You can get a 300 thread count duvet set with 2 pillowcases and a king or a super king on Amazon. Top quality long fibre Egyptian cotton for about, what did I pay, 30 quid, something like that. 20, maybe 15 quid for a fitted sheet. So, but if you put anything, if you put artificial fibres, man-made fibres on top of mulberry silk, it will block the properties of the silk, the wicking away moisture, the temperature regulation, because the cover will make you sweat. The duvet can't do its work. As I say, it's like putting a metal plate on the bottom of a non-stick pan. The food then will stick to the metal plate because the non-stick's not working because it's not touching the food. Makes sense? Standard size pillowcases, standard size duvet covers, standard size fitted sheets and mattress covers, protectors. You don't need a mattress protector if you want it, because really the protection, well, I suppose it's against stains, but again, you can buy on Amazon and other places have them too. I'm trying to think of a couple of the company names actually. They do make 100% pure mattress protectors and pillow protectors with no plastic in them at all. So they will help to protect your bedding and obviously extend its life as well. What was I going to say? Now, we're at a situation where there are actually as many people who've ordered tonight. There are almost as many people with, in fact, there are now more with people in their baskets who haven't checked out. If everybody checked out now, we would actually be limited stock across everything, absolutely everything. In fact, we'd be sold out. We'd be sold out of the single, we'd be sold out of the double. The king would almost be gone, and so would the super king. That would be limited, and the pillow would have gone as well, and the pillowcases. So I want to give you confidence here. If you have a question that you want answered before you buy, drop us an email, studio@shopontv.co.uk, or go to our website and use the web box on the on-air page and just send us a message there. I want you to, let me just cover some things off here. Is my money safe? Am I buying from a reputable company? Well, Shop on TV, we've been on air now. This is coming up to the end of our second year, but we are a partnership, an official contracted partnership with ITV and STV. The logo here on the screen will be either the ITV logo or the STV logo. They don't put that on anything. They only put that on their programming, right? So we are, all right, Shop on TV is an independent company that produces the show, the live show, and hires all the people for the broadcast. But we are basically half-half partners with ITV and STV, right? Essentially, I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of the contract. You get the idea. ITV would not let us on their airwaves. They wouldn't just let anybody start broadcast. You know, hey, can I buy some airtime? We're just going to flog some gear. It might be dodgy, you know, and we're not really that reputable, but we'll just come on your airwaves and do that anyway. Is that all right, ITV and STV? No, it's not. We actually, as I say, and we take this with great pride, this is how much ITV trust us. We broadcast, we don't have our own Ofcom license because we're an independent company. We broadcast on ITV's Ofcom license. Our liaison at ITV, our partners at ITV, the head of that department is on the board of Ofcom and the Advertising Standards Authority. They trust us to be truthful, accurate, honest, open. We have integrity, we are trustworthy, we have credibility. We have, you know, tens of thousands of people who've bought from us. We have great customer service. We take great pride in our customer service. So your money is safe. On our website, we have one of the most, how can I put it, comprehensive or impressive, clever. You know, we own our own IT. So all of our order taking systems and website and all that sort of stuff is all in-house. It's been developed over more than a decade, and it has military grade encryption. It is safe, it is secure, your money is safe, your credit card details are safe, all of that. Never been breached. So hopefully that gives you comfort as well. Then when it comes to the products, we're guaranteeing that this is 100% genuine AAA grade Mulberry Silk on all these products and Egyptian cotton. Everything we've said about the products is absolutely 100% true and accurate. And you've got, when it comes to the product, a 10-year guarantee on the duvet and the mattress. You've got a 2-year guarantee on the pillows. Not only that, the company RK Sales, who are the sole distributor of the official Mulberry Silk Manufacturing Company Limited's products in this country, they guarantee all of their products. All of their contact information or their website address and their addresses on every label of every single thing you buy. They guarantee you total 100% satisfaction, no questions asked for a money back, no quibble money back if you are not in any way satisfied. They've been in business 67 years. All of the people that work for Shop on TV, including the people that own the company and the leadership of the company, have been in shopping telly. I mean, I've been in shopping telly since 1994. We've all been in it for between 20 and 30 years. These are the cream of the crop, apart from me, obviously, of the shopping television, the shopping broadcasting, transactional television industry, known and renowned and trusted globally. All of us, including Ray. And Ray's been in business, as I say, for his entire adult life.
You know, Rob,
I can't give you better guarantees than that.
I'm listening to what you're saying, and it was a perfect summing up as to just what a good deal for the customer.
Yeah.
Not only this product is, that the company they're buying from. I mean, everything you've said is bang on.
But also, just one last thing I wanted to add. If you go and try and buy Mulberry Silk online, even if the prices are...
That's what I said to Sarah Jane earlier.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. There's so many cowboys out there.
Well, the ones I found, they were not 100% Mulberry Silk.
Yeah.
They were a little bit of Mulberry Silk.
Yeah.
They vary between products. I don't think I've found ever a Mulberry Silk product that is 100% pure, genuine AAA full-length Mulberry Silk other than this.
And apart from, even if you did, once they have the silk, they have to manufacture it in the proper fashion.
Yes.
So it's going to last a long time. We guarantee these for 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
But the duvets we have in my bed at home, I keep mentioning this, are 33 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you buy these, you are actually buying something which will, in all probability, last you the best part of your adult life.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an investment. If you buy cheap,
You pay
In the
twice.
long run, it's expensive. 'Cause you have to replace it.
I've got a few emails, Ray, if you don't mind.
No, go on.
But I've got one that's a question. Can I ask that question of you, and then I'll go through the others? So this is from Stuart. Hello, Stuart. How are you doing? Thank you for watching. It says, ordered a duvet and pillows a few weeks ago. Really pleased with the products. Quick question. What are the long tassels on the corners of the duvet for?
Well, Stuart, thank you for asking. I forgot to mention this. These little tassels in the corner are quite simple. Very often, when people are perhaps getting older, they're not as strong as they used to be. Maybe their partner's passed away and they're living on their own. They struggle to get these big, heavy, puffy duvets into the top cover. So these little tassels are something you can grip and pull this duvet into the top cover and make your life a little bit easier, Stuart.
Yes, yes.
So thank you for your question. And incidentally, thank you very much for your recommendation. It's very much appreciated.
Let's do the other emails very quickly. So Angela says, I can only afford one product today. Angela, that is fine. Again, I realise that these are an investment. So, you know, come back and get the rest when you can afford it. But the good thing is, Angela, that whatever you can afford today, bear in mind that you are saving so much more money than what you would have to pay with replacing pillows and replacing duvets in the long run. Do you know what I mean? So you've done the right thing. Anyway, she says, I'm going to spend my last on pillow or pillow covers. I've also got a serious back injury and my hair is long and tired and frizzy. I'm going to save up for the mattress. Thank you from Angela. Angela, you are more than welcome. We really appreciate it. And it really warms my heart genuinely to know all of the pleasure and the great night's sleep that everyone who's getting when they check.
Rob, if I can interrupt, the lady with the frizzy hair.
Yeah.
Can I just mention to you, if you're still watching, that silk is a low conductor of heat. There is no static in silk. It'll cut the frizz in your hair stone dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, do your research on silk, and the pillowcases 100%.
Your hairdresser will tell you.
Yeah, they will. Diana says, sorry, Ray, I apologise. I'm just I'm reading through the emails, so I apologise. That sounded a little sort of abrupt. That's the word I was looking for. My apologies. I'm interested in the mattress, but all the mattresses I've had so far sink in the middle where my bum is. I had the same thing. I'm a fairly big person. Hello. I'm losing weight. Hello. But it takes time and I don't want to dip in the middle. Also, the top looks very thin, so can feel the springs and they hurt my hips.
Right.
Same thing I've had. I hate my mattress that I have now, and it's cost me nearly £1,000. Had it 3 years. Diana had the same thing. Got this, problem solved.
Well, Diana, is it Diana?
Diana, yeah.
Diana with an E. Diana, buy the mattress, try it. You have 60 days to try it. Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned you're quite a large lady. I'm 18.5 stone.
Mm-hmm. I'm about.
I sleep in this, and I have no problems whatsoever. You have to remember, Diana, the pillow top is just extra padding. There's 5 layers under that.
Yeah. So
you've got total and complete support.
Well,
you won't sink into it.
I can tell you this. I got my first duvet, a mattress, sorry. So you're 18 and a half.
Yeah.
So I'm currently just over, I'm probably about 20 and a half. But I'd already lost 3 stone when I first got my mattress, but I was 23 stone. And because of my size, I couldn't lie down because I would have sleep apnea. Yeah. So I could either lie on my side or I get two Mulberry Silk pillows and I sleep almost sitting up, but at an incline. So my bum is right at the head of the bed. And then what happened on my other mattress, the regular mattress, is the springs, because of my weight, basically crapped out on me, and I ended up with this great big crevice where my bum was. So very uncomfortable. Can't even sleep in my bed at home at the moment. Can't wait to get the new bed frames and get the mattress on it, the cocoon. But in the Warrington house, I've been sleeping on it now for 2-3 months, is it? I suppose it must be.
Must be.
Something like that. No dip. Sometimes the silk will create an impression of my bum, but as soon as you get up and fluff the mattress, it just, it's not degrading the spring. So I promise you, this is the mattress.
In a double mattress, if I remember correctly, there's 880 springs. In a king, I think it's just short of 1,000.
Duncan, let me see if I can find Duncan here. Says, currently, this is a little Q&A section, Ray.
Right.
Currently have a set of Mulberry Silk pillows for me and the wife, and also a king-size duvet. I'm now tempted to buy a mattress. Any advice? Well, I can think of one you might want to get.
Duncan?
Yeah, Duncan.
Duncan. All I can say is this, Duncan. I sleep in one of these mattresses. I don't speak with a forked tongue. I promise you. Buy it and try it. Buy it and try it.
Now, I will say, yeah.
And I promise you this, if you don't like it, we'll refund your money. No arguing, no fighting on the telephone. But people, we've been selling them now for just short of 5.5, 6 years. I go to roughly 60-odd exhibitions every year. I go to the same exhibitions. I go back to the same location. People come up to me, they say, I got your mattress, wonderful. And then they just walk on. That happens to me every day. People never complain about this mattress. I can honestly look at this camera and I can honestly say, I've never had one complaint about this mattress.
I'll tell you what, actually, to answer Duncan and everybody else, and also you, when I first, my own personal testimonial, my experience, when I got mine the very first time, I was sceptical too, because having slept on a backbreaker for the best part of 7 years, and do you know what really stood out to me? The very first night I slept on the Cocoon mattress, the very first night I woke up and was like, oh, I thought there'd be an adjustment period or a getting used to it period. No, I didn't have any backache. My hip was still hurting a bit because of the three weeks I've been sleeping on this cheapest mattress money can buy. But very quickly, as soon as I was sleeping on the Cocoon mattress, the hip, and also, by the way, the hip healed. We don't have any sofas in our HMO. If you sit and watching telly, you're on the bed. So I'm always sitting up in bed, and I don't get a bad back. I mean, it's just generally, from day one was brilliant.
It's a support mattress.
The only thing I would say is if you like a soft mattress, don't get the Cocoon. If you like something that's medium firm, it's not firm. It's not, it's not like
a medium firm support mattress.
Yeah, the topper really helps.
Sums it up beautifully.
Yeah, thank you. So I hope that helps. Then Philly, hi Philly, I love your cheesesteaks. Hi Rob, loving your work as always. Thank you, you're the one, eh? I messaged in a few weeks back about Mulberry Silk to endorse all of what you said. It is a premium product and it's worth the investment. I've taken advantage of all the deals offered over the last few months to build up my duvets and pillows. It really is a game changer, fully recommended for me once again. Thank you, Philly. And again, these are all 100% genuine customers, and real viewers watching right now, coming into the gallery. Rachel says, watching with interest. Oh, hang on, where's Rachel gone? Can you tell me how soft or firm the pillow is, please? Well,
again, like the mattress is medium firm.
Yes, the pillow.
Yes, it's like the mattress. The pillow is like the mattress.
Firm, yeah.
And all I can tell you, Philly, is this. You might have heard me say it earlier. When we first started selling these pillows, in the first 13 months, we sold 86,000 pillows. And we sold them with a money-back guarantee. So if a customer bought one, he didn't like it, he could have his money back or her money back. Out of 86,000 we sold, we only got 19 returned. Yeah. 19 returned. So that made us very happy. Because when we started manufacturing pillows, there's an old saying, the devil is in the detail. We believe that. We didn't rush in. We took our time and we experimented and we got to a stage where we considered the pillow to be as close to perfection as you could possibly get. I firmly believe it's difficult to get perfection, possibly impossible to get perfection. But if you can get close, that's good enough for me. And 19 returned out of 86,000. If you buy one tonight or two tonight, most people buy two. If you buy two tonight, put them in the bed, try them, don't like them, send them back.
If you sit up in bed, it's really worth having two, because you can put one under your lumbar region and then one on top, and so that gives you back support. It's great.
I sleep with two.
Look at that. You see, there's no flop. They're quite lofty now. As I say, it's got a fibre core for stability, so that it doesn't matter what you do with it. It's always, you can sleep on it however you like, and it's always going to spring back. Now, actually, my son David, who's the floor manager, very kindly, upon my request, went and got a regular hollow fibre pillow. Dave, feel free to come in and. So I'll come back to personal, real life testimonial from. Go ahead. Come on in. Thank you. So this is your sort of 10. Thank you. Your 5-10 quid job at your local shop. Hollow fibre pillow. Floppy. I can touch my fingers together through that.
10 million a year of those go in landfill.
And this has never been slept on. Never. You'd need about 4 of those to get to one of those. And it still wouldn't feel the same. So this is the thing, as soon as we haven't got a bowling ball here, but as soon as you put your head in here, it's completely supported, it's nestled. Your head doesn't suddenly hit the bottom of the bed. Now, I would say with these, for most people, one is enough. It gives you enough support to have your head and spine correctly aligned. If you like a really big one, you can do 2. You can double up, but it's going to be high. Believe me, it is. But if you've got a big old, sort of...
It won't lose shape.
It won't lose shape.
And remember, you can wash it as often as you want.
Like. Yeah,
Cold wash 30 degrees.
Once a month I wash mine.
Yeah.
Once a month. And they come up brand new. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Sue says, hello, Sue, how are you? Well, she doesn't say that, I'm saying that. I've just placed my first ever Mulberry Silk order. Congratulations, a Mulberry Silk virgin, and she's just lost it, her virginity, that is. 2 pillows and 1 king-size duvet. I'm waiting for the pillowcases to come back in next week. Yeah, sorry about that.
White one.
Next Thursday, hopefully it'll be back. Whilst I wish I could afford the mattress and mattress protector today, I'll look at adding those to my collection in the near future. Thank you for explaining how silk can change my sleep. You know what, Sue? It's a bit like, any collection. You started with the basics. You've got the duvet. You've got the pillow. That is going to improve your sleep by 100%. I'm certain. I'm absolutely certain of it. You will notice from night 1, you don't toss and turn as much. Your duvet, you wake up, if you put it on you at night, you'll wake up with it on you in the morning, because you don't ever overheat. In the dead of winter, it will be warm enough for you. And in the summer, never be afraid. Even if it's warm in your room, put your duvet on you. It can actually help cool you down, because again, it's temperature regulating. So it's not going to actively cool you, but it will help you to feel cooler. And you can use it all year round. And by the way, Dave, we haven't got one that's packaged, have we, the duvet? Okay, because I wanted to show you, when you fold the Super King duvet, maybe, have we? Dave's going to go and see if we've got one in the bag, because even the Super King, you can literally put that in one side of a carry-on suitcase, and the pillow will, or even 2 pillows, fit nicely on the other side. If you want to travel, and I do a lot of traveling, a lot of hotel staying, I at least take my pillow with me. If I can, I'll take my duvet as well. So Sean says, hi Rob, previously bought a Mulberry Silk pillow. I've just bought a double duvet. Hope I haven't made a costly mistake. No. You've got a money-back guarantee. If you change your mind, you get your money back. No questions asked, no quibble, etc. But mistakes are a thing of the past when it comes to sleeping when you buy a Mulberry Silk. And I genuinely mean this. It's not, again, I don't get any commission. I'm not trying to flog these. You can, if you don't want to buy them, if you believe I'm talking a load of old porcupines or whatever just to make a fast buck, then fine. I guarantee you I'm telling you the truth. And that's your loss, not mine. And I mean that in a nice way. But I tend to get, and I have to be careful, because I tend to get a bit leery with the Mulberry Silk, because I know how good these are. And if you know what's good for you, and I do, you'd buy them if you can afford them. And anyone who's sceptical, all you're doing is just ensuring you don't sleep as well as you could, especially if you are sleeping on hollow fibre or feather. So, Rob, this is from Diana. Diana says, I've had my Mulberry Silk king-size duvet for 3 months now, and I'd like to tell your customers that you are definitely telling the truth. I don't sweat in bed anymore and actually wake up in the morning with my duvet still on me. This has never happened before I bought this duvet, as I've always woken hot and sweaty in the past. Even the heat wave didn't make me sweat in bed. So glad I bought it, worth every penny. And by the way, well done for your weight loss so far. Thank you very much. Thank you, Diana. I mean, look, am I telling the truth or am I telling the truth, Ray?
Well, Rob, everything you've said, I can only say is you haven't exaggerated. The customers are phoning in.
Yeah.
And I must just tell you, fortunately for us as a company, our sales are going up all the time. And the reason why they're going up is the quality of the product and the performance of the product. When you buy this, it's going to do exactly what Rob is telling you. It's going to give you a good night's sleep. You're not going to sweat under it. You can machine wash it. It's got a 10-year guarantee, although it will last you, we estimate, at least 30. So you'll get your money back if you don't like it. Just try it. That's all we're saying.
By the way, this is how they come packaged.
Yeah.
This is a super king size duvet. That
weighs just over 2.5 kilos.
Fits in a regular front-loading 7.5 kilo washing machine or dryer. Even I've got a washer dryer. And look, I mean, and actually the little bag, this is what I carry. They're great. These are really good. They last really well. These, so you can just literally
allergy
go away for the weekend.
A very important allergy board approved.
UK, yeah. Shall I read that? Is this the last email, Leslie? Oh no, we've got tons of emails. Do you want to? Well, I'll read one. You answer. I'll read one.
Right, Rob.
We've only got about 20 minutes left, so I want to make sure I get everyone in. Oh, you'll know this is from John, from a place that you're maybe familiar with. It's called Glasgow. Is it?
Glasgow.
Yeah. Morning, Robert Ray.
Capital of Europe.
Capital of Europe. I love Scotland. You know me. I'm a total Scotophile, if that is such a thing. I've got Scottish blood in me. I don't know which bit, but some of it.
On you or in you?
Well, probably both. Morning, Robert Ray. Love watching yous talking about. I love it. The Mulberry Silk bed products. I have the double and single duvets. I remember, Rob, you talking about getting another one. That's how I got the single one on my couch for going over my legs for the winter. Brilliant, well done. I'm also going to get the mattress. Got very sore back, which won't get better, so getting a very good sleep will make my life much better. John, I'm so glad, really glad that you got those. And shall I do one more quickly? Simon says, I'm in the process of buying one of your cocoon mattresses. My partner suffers with night sweats, and after listening to you, hopefully this will help her. I think it looks amazing, sounds amazing, and the price is well within our budget. I watch you nightly, and this product is exactly why I watch. Thank you, Simon. It won't cure the night sweats, but it will deal with the sweat when it comes out.
30%. You've made a wise decision.
Yes.
And you've got 60 days to try it. That's the important thing. Anybody listening, when you buy it, if you don't like it, you're not married to it, just send it back.
How do I contact Ray? This is from, I can't see the name here. Oh, Shirley. How do I contact Ray if I have a problem with my duvet? Well, the website is RK Sales.
Yes, it's on
here.
Everything we sell,
duvet, pillow, mat,
everything we sell, our address,
contact is on
there.
Yep.
Everything we sell. The reason we do that, Rob, for one simple reason: 25% of all the customers who buy from us within 6 months buy extra products. So it's in our interest to have that on every product we sell.
By the way, some of the older pillows, I don't know why, for some reason said that you couldn't. Oh no, this does say you can tumble dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and machine wash, yeah. So brilliant. Let's see, I think, is that everything? Oh no, we've got Denise here. Would like to ask, are the edges of the mattress supported so that you don't slip off the bed while sitting on the side or getting in?
Denise, you know, you're absolutely right to bring that subject up. And I apologize, I should have mentioned this. These are what we call high-performance springs, and they go right to the edge of the mattress. And I'll tell you why that's important. In my bedroom at home, either side of the bed, we have a little armchair. And you would imagine we'd sit in that in the morning to put on our socks, our underwear, that type of thing. But I don't. I sit on the edge of the bed.
Yep.
And that's what most people do.
Yeah, I do.
And when I go into hotels sometimes, I spend big part of my life in hotels. When I sit in the edge of the bed, you're quite right, Denise, I slip off the bed like this because the springs, they do this.
They go right to the edge, don't they?
They do this to save money, Rob.
Oh.
The springs stop before the edge. But these springs come right up to the edge. Good point.
Well, do you know, I often...
Good
say,
point.
sometimes because of my size, I used to actually, when I was like 26 stone, I had to sit on the edge of the bed and literally sleep sitting up.
Yeah.
And so even when I was 23, that I still did that occasionally. And I would often sit up at night, you know, and sit on the edge of the bed. And it's, yeah, they are totally supported.
Yeah, 100%. Good point that lady made.
And she asked because they do come rolled, so they come vacuum formed, so they come in like a sausage roll, or a roly-poly or whatever you call it. But it's very simple. Put it on the bed first. They're vacuum formed, but they're not complete. There's an outer layer, but then you can sort of start to unravel it while it's still vacuum formed, so you can determine which is the end of the mattress, which is the one with the logo pointing the right way.
Yeah.
And then as you open it, the air will start to come in, and then all you've got to do is a pair of scissors, be very careful, go across the top, and then it will suddenly go...
And throw the packaging away.
Yes.
If by any chance you want to return it, you phone us up in our office, a live person will answer the telephone instantly.
Yeah.
Tell us you'd like your money back. We say, okay, no problem. We send you a bag, you pop it in the bag, then we send a vehicle to pick it up.
Shirley says, hi Shirley, how are you? Do I need to put a duvet cover on the duvet? Entirely up to you. You don't have to. If white is your decor, these are, as the Americans would call them, they're comforters. So they look lovely and luxurious just on their own. If you've got, apparently you've got pets, is that right? Oh, that was somebody else was asking who's got pets. But if you do put a duvet cover on, because of colour, just literally because you want a certain colour, and also it will help to protect the duvet for longer as well, even though they're going to last you decades potentially. But also, Shirley says nearly all duvet covers are cotton polyester blend. So how do the silk products work with a cover on? They don't with a cotton polyester blend. Just get cotton. Just literally go to Amazon or Dunelm or whatever, they've got them all. Egyptian cotton, that's what you want. It's very affordable. You can get 300 or more thread count, pure 100% Egyptian cotton. I think, well, bamboo, I suppose, is a natural fibre as well. No,
I'd steer away from bamboo.
Stay with cotton.
You know, bamboo's grass, you know that.
Oh, true. Egyptian cotton, that's the way to go. Or just regular cotton, but Egyptian cotton. I mean, I paid about 30 quid for a duvet set on Amazon, and that was also long-fibre cotton. You can get long-fibre cotton ones out there as well, and a fitted sheet was about 15 quid. So, or again, Dunelm, I think they were about the same price, maybe a little bit more at Dunelm. And Dunelm, look, there are other stores are available. I just know this because this is where I shopped for them. And Dunelm do a premium Egyptian cotton range, which is lovely. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 40 quid for a duvet set, maybe 20 quid for a fitted sheet. But, you know, it's well worth it.
Another thing we should mention, Rob, because we're running out of time.
We are.
With the pillows... Now, we've sold an awful lot of pillows tonight.
We have, yeah.
And I must just tell you, you're charging for the pillow £40. Now, you can only buy the pillow from two people, from myself or from Shop and TV. Shop and TV buy them from me.
Yeah.
When you come to a live presentation, we charge £60 for the pillow.
Yeah.
Right? Now, Shop and TV buy very large quantities. And they're tough negotiators.
Yeah.
They're good at their job. And they buy them at a very special price. And they pass the saving on to the viewer. What I charge £60 for, plus £5 postage, you can buy here for £40. The pillowcase, £35. I promise you, if you were lucky enough to find a shop anywhere in the United Kingdom selling pillowcases this quality, you'd pay minimum £55, £60 for them. By virtue of the fact that we eliminate the distributor, the wholesaler, and the shopkeeper, and only supply Shop and TV, we can keep the price down.
Yep.
And whatever else you do tonight, buy yourself a pillow and a pillowcase, because in this hot weather, the difference it will make to your sleep is quite incredible.
Can I just say, before we put the pillowcase up, we're going to talk about in a sec, the pillow is now limited stock. So 3/5 are already checked out and gone. All the rest of them, except for a handful. In fact, actually, I've just heard if everybody checks out, the pillows have sold out. Until and actually, I've also just heard that with all sizes of duvet, every duvet we have left in stock, if everybody checks out, they've all gone. They've sold out. We have a complete sellout, or some of you will miss out. Some of you will miss out. Look. What are you waiting for? Why wait till tomorrow to improve your life and improve your sleep? What on earth could you possibly have worried about? Because you have total peace of mind knowing that you've got an absolute money-back guarantee. Not only the 10-year guarantee on the mattress and on the duvets, and the 2-year guarantee on the pillows, but also an absolutely zero quibble money-back guarantee from RK Sales directly. If you don't love your pillow, if you don't absolutely love your duvet, if you don't absolutely love your mattress, you literally get in touch with them and they will give you every penny of your money back without any argument. As Ray always says, we'll take your money with the same, or we'll give you your money back with the same. We'll give your money back with the same civility that we took it from you.
Taking the mickey out of
You've got to check out. We literally have hundreds of you with these in your basket. It's bank holiday, you know what? A lot of people who've gone to bed, they'll wake up later. The first thing they're going to do, it happens every time, they're going to come and go, oh, I forgot to check out or I fell asleep or whatever, my Mulberry Silk. They'll go check out. We get an uplift of maybe a quarter of the entire purchases that are made in the show the next or later the same day. So, look, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to have to wait another week. If they come in. The last time we were waiting on stock, there were delays. So, look, do yourselves a favour. It's guaranteed. Your peace of mind is guaranteed. Money is guaranteed.
Next week, the show we have scheduled for next week could be doubtful because it's a bank holiday weekend. The stock is in the country. It has to clear customs. And we won't offer them for sale unless we have them physically in our warehouse. But we hopefully have a show next week. My advice to anyone, if you're tempted to try one, do it tonight. I
will say, though, the show next week, we're not on air until 7 minutes to 1.
Yeah.
So it is a later show.
Yeah.
Although we will be live, remember, at midnight on Freeview every night, unless we have unless we play out a pre-recorded show, which we do from time to time based on ITV schedules. If it's really late starts, well, we sometimes play out a recorded show. But if we're live, we're always live at midnight every night on Freeview 89, which is our channel. And so you can watch the broadcast early instead of having to wait till we come live on ITV. Do you want to hear some great news?
Right.
I'm really happy. You're going to love this. Sarah Jane just got back in touch. And she said, I just checked out on a double duvet and 2 pillows. Looking forward to receiving them next week and starting my Mulberry Silk journey. Kind regards.
Well, Sarah Jane, if you're still sitting up, thank you very much for your order. I can assure you, you will love the product. And if you contact us in our office at any time, we will give you the sort of attention that you don't get very often in shops these days.
Very true. Well, first of all, everyone at your company knows what they're talking about. And honestly, look, if you ever have any issue whatsoever, you've always got someone that you can call. I mean, obviously, Shop on TV are here to help as well. Our customer service is 03333 24 24 24 during business hours, full hours, and there's an email address also on our website if you ever need us. You also, by the way, you can also always get in touch with the producer and me. Or Sean and Hayley, us, because studio at shopontv.co.uk comes through to the gallery, to the studio. We get those messages, and if a producer gets a message of any issue, they'll either send it to me as head of TV or they'll send it directly to our CEO, and we'll take care of you. And Ray will always take care of you.
You know, you mentioned Sean and Hayley. I've known Sean and Hayley. They're really the best of people, I can assure you. I've known them for over 30 years. I sold them a duvet at the Ideal Home Exhibition when it used to be held at Earl's Court in London.
Yeah, I remember.
30 years ago, and it's still going strong.
Can I tell you a story? So, well, you know this. So Sean and Hayley used to work for Tefal.
Yes.
And they worked for a lady called Annette Baker Malpass,
Yes.
who she was the guest when I used to present, and we used to do kitchen shows together on the original shopping channel. It's still going strong. Hello to anyone who's watching from there. And I went to the Ideal Home Show to go and see Annette, and Sean and Hayley were there, and they told me this story the other day. They said that they were starstruck because they got to meet me. And it's like, and now all these years later, they're doing the same.
The wheel turns.
The wheel turns, exactly. And now no one can remember my name for love nor money.
They're nice.
Even Rob. Sorry, that's my son David. Michael says, hiya, now I tune into the show. How do these duvets and mattresses compare to the ones you'd find on the high street? Well, there is no comparison. You can't buy these on the high street.
Well,
anything else that isn't this, in my opinion, is inferior.
well, this is what was that gentleman's name?
That was Michael.
Michael. This is what I would say to that. Go into any shop in the high street, buy a mattress, buy a duvet, buy a pillow, say, I'm going to bring this back tomorrow if I don't like it. They'll laugh at you.
Ray,
We offer you the products with a money-back guarantee because we know the difference is unbelievable. Quality, quality, quality. Nothing beats quality.
Gina says, can you tumble dry the duvet and pillow? Yes.
Yes.
Low. Absolutely.
And it won't lose shape
No, it won't lose shape.
because it's long-fibre silk.
Or you can just air dry them as well. I put them on a closed horse.
Yeah.
Now, Ray, let me ask you a quick question. We've got about 5 minutes left. I'm gonna ask you these on behalf of everybody. You know a lot about mattresses, right?
A little.
A little.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you say is the most expensive? How much would the most expensive premium mattress be, roughly? Any ideas?
Yes.
What can you pay for a
You
mattress?
can pay up to £6,000 for a mattress.
And in that £6,000 mattress, you might get box springs, mightn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. But would they still get dust mites and gain
Yes.
weight over time because
Yes.
of dust mites and still cause you to
Yes.
sweat? So in other words, this is potentially better than a
£6,000 is incredibly high, but you can, let's be a more sensible figure.
So how does this compare to that?
You can pay up to, say, to £2,500 for a mattress. But of that £2,500, the distributor, the wholesaler and the shopkeeper have added on a massive margin of profit.
And you're paying for the bricks and mortar.
And you're paying for the bricks and mortar. But those three people, quite rightly, they've done nothing wrong.
no, sure.
They've added. The difference is we've eliminated them. We've given you a mattress
sold out,
with a
it's our
60-day
graphics.
trial.
Yeah.
So the answer is you have nothing to lose by trying this.
So in other words, because there are no agents, there are no distributors, there's no wholesaler.
There's no,
it's us and you.
there's not so many people eating the cake.
So if this did have all those people eating the cake, it would be the same. It would
Yes.
be £2,000, £3,000, £4,000 worth of.
Well, the only other company I know making silk-filled mattresses in Britain for a king charge, I think, £2,400.
And remember this, you're getting the premium one, which has got the pillow top, which is full of mulberry silk.
Absolutely beautiful.
A-grade mulberry. Again, full length fibres, just like the duvets. Then you've got another layer of silk underneath. So this is not only have you got the Allergy UK approval with the mulberry silk products, so for effectiveness against live dust mites. As Ray always says, it's the mattress where you don't get the dust mites. Again, some might wander in.
And
they look pretty quickly.
any lady, I'll just mention this finally because it's so important. Any lady going through the menopause, please buy yourself a silk duvet. If you share a bed with a partner who overheats, buy yourself a silk duvet because the difference it will make to your sleep is quite incredible. It's as simple as that.
Just very quickly, people asking, look, we Shop on TV offer we have a refund policy, a 30-day refund policy. But if you've opened the mattress and used the mattress or the duvet or the pillow, then you cannot send them back to Shop on TV because they're used. However, you can contact RK Sales. All their information is on the bedding. So you're going directly to...
And we will refund your money.
They will refund your money. The only thing they can't refund is the postage and packing because we've had to pay the postman. But it's $4.95. So the most you're risking tonight is £4.95, or if it's a mattress, $9.95. By the way, Marcus has just... Hello, Marcus. How are you?
Oh, I have a grandson called Mark.
Do you really? I don't think it's them. I hope it's not. Because they say, and this is sort of probably the final email, used your duvet for 20 years and would never change my family duvets. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marcus. That's the thing. How old are you now? If you buy these for your kids, they will be well into their middle age by the time you'd even think about changing your duvet. And again, the only thing that's likely to give up the ghost would be the Egyptian cotton on the outside. May over 3 or 4 decades start to wear, but if you're putting duvet covers on it, it may not. I mean,
and you can wash them as often as you want. And again, I must stress, you might wonder why I carry on about this, but it has the allergy board certificate. Anybody who suffers from allergies, don't think twice. Why don't you buy the duvet the allergy board recommend? I'm not recommending it. Rob's not recommending it. The allergy board are. There's a certificate.
Yeah. Why would you not? Why would you buy a duvet? And we do this all the time.
Full of dust mites.
Full of dust mites. But also, why would you buy a pillow or a duvet that once you've slept on it, you can't send back? Because there is no duvet or pillow you can buy that you can send back. They won't take them back. Even
the Salvation Army won't take them.
No.
They tell you to take duvets and pillows. They tell you to take them to the local cat and dog home, and they can let the dogs sleep on them.
The minute you walk out the shop, unless they're still in their packaging, the minute you take the packaging off, you're stuck with them. With this, no. If you're not happy,
it's not like a husband, lady.
No,
send them back.
Send them back. Whether it's a day, a week, or a month, you get in touch with.
Or 10 years.
Or 10 years, yeah. Oh, by the way, tomorrow we have. What have we got tomorrow? We've got another arcade set and another great sale. Do you know what? I think you've got the top 2 or 3 selling products on our channel. We've got the Micro Munch tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's an arcade sales product.
Lovely little product.
And the stretch seats are absolutely brilliant.
And we've got some new ones coming along too.
Can you say anything about? Can you say anything about the one that we talked about earlier? Or
Yes, I can. It's not a problem.
Yeah, very good. 10 seconds. What's it?
We have a very expensive, high quality, innovative, new foot massager coming.
And when he says expensive, he means, we'll get you a better. Don't worry, it would be expensive, but once we've.
It's not like the little toy ones you see.
No, you actually put your feet.
This is like a piece of furniture.
Once we've taken Martin round the back of the shed, the bike sheds, and bashed him over the back of the head a few times. Ray, it's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you to everybody for watching and having a little bit of faith, because. I'm not exaggerating when I say that this bedding will change your life, am I? I mean, I really. And if you disagree with me, you get your money back. It's as simple as that. But every time we do the show, it's like this movement.
Yeah.
You've never slept as well as you can if you haven't slept.
No, I've enjoyed the show very much tonight, Rob. And I'd just like to say to the viewers, thank you very much for your orders. First thing tomorrow morning, we will start to send them out.
Amazing. Raymondo.
Thank you, Rob.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you ever so much. I will see you again tomorrow night with the Micro Munch. Joe Remblance is going to be here. But from Ray, from me, Rob Lock with an E, and from all of the team, thank you for watching and good night.